Welcome to the GRG podcast, the place for all your gaming news, plus hot topics of the week. Also remember to follow us on Twitter at KMega4.
Welcome to the GRG podcast. Gentlemen, here we go. Another episode of the GRG podcast. And as usual, it is not K-Mega's fault for the time. I mean, what Dark, what was that supposed to mean? What was that supposed to mean?
I mean, you could have always, win, without Sir X-Man.
I could have.
He even told you.
It might have been probably the best solution, but again, but that's how it goes down. Right, absolutely. Thank you, sound effects guy. We do appreciate you coming on to GRG. We normally terrorize next podcast, but since next podcast is probably done for 2023. You know what I'm saying? And it'll come into the rendition of, I don't know, what do you think? Will Bot change the name, or what do you think is going to happen?
He didn't even let us know that he was not going to do a show the rest of the year.
No, yeah,
he didn't even say nothing.
I was like, Bot, I was like, is this mean big changes is coming? Like, what big changes?
That was it.
Like,
well, what do you mean? Does that mean that we're not having a podcast for us?
Yeah, I mean, like, what's going on? Like, okay, big changes is coming, but and listen, I've been like,
big changes for him would be like he believes in Christmas now. There's some big changes.
I have been the Egg McMahon of Xbox Johnny Carson's podcast for going on. Next year will be 10 years. 10 years. I'm still looking for some royalties. I'm still looking for my $25 in nickels and dimes. Haven't got it.
Found a girlfriend and he can't do the show no more.
Say that again, Sir X-Man.
Can't even hear you.
Yeah, what'd you say? You talk.
He found a girlfriend and he can't do the show no more.
You know, hey, if Bot found some TNA, I am all for that. Let that man sit there. Let that man cook. Let him cook. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to my boy Xbox448. You know what I'm saying? So whatever his big plans are for next podcast, or if he changes it to something else, I'm all for it. That's my brother, man. So anyway, but this is GRG.
When he says big plans, it's terrifying. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it could be something. He could ask us to do something like maybe do some handstands while we're talking about video games. I have no idea what Bot's going to ask us to do. But regardless, let's get through it. Let's get to it. Hold on. I did say that I was going to do this before I was going to introduce everybody. And that is, I'm going to have me a very small rant, right quick. Just right quick. Since everybody else can have rants, I guess I can have one too. Check this out, right? Xbox gamers, chill the hell out. Relax. For real. Calm down. Stop allowing people to take away the joy of what Xbox has done yesterday. I do not know why people let certain distractions take them away from the good that Xbox does for gamers. I have no idea. But talking about Blade and its exclusivity, when that game is at least 3 years away from dropping, is asinine, is ridiculous. Stop it, Xbox gamers. Stop letting the distract. Y'all fall for it every time. Every time. And then on top of that, what even makes it even more crazy is that there's people that go and content creators that will roll with it. And of course, because, it's content creating. They want to add revenue. It brings attention and all that. But you can't sit here and talk about it again. Be happy for what Xbox has provided yesterday. Not to say that if you weren't satisfied, then you weren't satisfied. But I thought that the offerings that Xbox gave us, on top of the fact that it was 90% of the games that were shown, over 90% of the games that were shown, those games are coming to Xbox. Stop letting the distractions take away from your joy. That's my point. All right, we'll definitely talk more about this because I know that I'll repeat myself again later on when we get to the VGAs. But let's get to it. Sir X-Man, we know we probably can't cure your old butt, but we're going to give it a shot. Let everybody know what's going on with you, man.
I apologize, everyone, for the low voice, but
this man's in the weeds.
Sorry, everyone, for the low voice, but I moved back to Chicago, and I do not have my equipment set up like I used to, so I can't show this handsome mug of mine to make K Megan say, "God damn, I'm ugly compared to Sir X-Man."
I got my Sir X-Man repellent right here.
You need these, Sir X-Man.
Hearing aids?
AirPods.
Oh, I thought you could hearing aids. I was gonna say yes, he does.
Well, for him, they might be hearing aids. For him.
Gonna have some fun tonight, everybody. We're gonna throw some goodness, we're gonna throw some badness, and we're gonna throw some, in the words of Viper, some pony shade today. Let's go.
All right. So we heard that at the end when he was hyped. All right. So hey, just don't scream too much because you'll have a bowel movement. We don't want that to happen on the show. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Viper, he called him out with his Dominican Republican flag in the background. We do appreciate it, brother. You know what I'm saying? In the spirit of Spider-Man 2, putting the wrong flags out there. What's happening with you, Viper, man? I love it. Bunty, you should be ashamed. This man said... you should be ashamed of Viper. This man said he's Jamaican. This man got the Dominican Republican flag in the back. What's up with you, Viper? What's happening with you?
As you can probably see, I'm extremely tired. Been doing clinicals all week. Just got back from clinicals earlier. I'm kind of tired of wiping people's asses. Picking up shit all the time. Yeah. Not the best of things at this point, but gotta do it.
So many different directions, dude. You should not say that out loud.
Hey, that's what you gotta do in nursing.
You got a promotion, and your promotion was to wipe that crack. So I mean, it's just let's think about the money that.
You're so foul, dude. Dude, you're so foul, man.
I'm just now getting started on the sip.
This man is tired. You can tell. You can tell he's not in the mood. You keep going at him, man.
Oh no, man. You know how it is. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean that man is doing a service, man. We do commend you for that, man. Because I mean, there's going to be a time, if God willing, I make it to be you know, an older guy, somebody's gonna be wiping my crack. So, and I hope it's a you know, a nice looking woman.
I'm not wiping your crack.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna demand, if you still alive, if we both still alive at the time, because you're younger than me, and it's somehow
only by a few years.
Yeah, only by a few years, but still, I'm gonna request for Viper. I'll say, I want Viper. I want Viper. I want a young tender for the rest of the week, but I want Viper on Fridays at 8 p.m. just to revive
I mean, Viper the Wiper.
The Viper.
Oh shoot! Damn,
Viper
damn,
the
Ham.
Wiper.
Damn,
You know
Ham.
what I'm saying? Since the GRG's
Damn,
been
Ham.
retired, and you know what I'm saying? If I'm this old ass dude, I want Viper the Wiper.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Okay. No, man, for real. Honestly, we man, God bless for the work that you do, man. Cause I was a trash man for 10 plus years and then got into mixing because you get tired of it. You get tired of seeing, you know, somebody on a random day and they just don't want to put their tampons in a bag and they just throw it loosely, and then all of a sudden the trash cans blow into the ground, and you got to pick all that up. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. So I get it. So again, you know what I'm saying? But we commend you.
That is nothing compared to somebody. That is nothing compared to somebody laying in their own piss and feces. Come on now,
bro. If you knew how dirty a trash man's job is, brother, you would say we should give each other high fives. Trust me. Trust me.
I hope nobody's eating while they're doing while they're watching this podcast right now. I apologize.
Some of the things I've seen in trash, man, I'm like, how is people even living with this type of stuff going? Man, I got stories for days about my trash years. But anyway, that's why I got into mixing. I said, look, if I'm, I
don't ever want to hear those stories because they're too vivid already. You already gave
beautiful.
Too much details.
Beautiful. Oh, that's just one a minute. But we definitely commend you, Viper. We do, honestly. But you know I'm going to have to cook you every once in a while. But you know what I'm saying? But we do have the nickname for you. And Ham, what was that nickname for Viper going forward?
Don't tell me it's going to be Viper the Wiper.
Ladies and gentlemen, hashtag
don't
the
do that
Wiper.
to me. That ain't right. That ain't right.
Hashtag
that's not right at all.
I wasn't going to call him that from now on. That ain't right.
No, he's Viper, but when he says something out of pocket, he's the Wiper.
The Wiper. I love it.
I love it too, Viper. Do you love it, Viper? Do you love it, Viper? Man, he's gonna hostile, but I'm not gonna make it. He's gonna catch me. He's gonna say, Mega Man, what's happening, bro? And he's gonna take me to wherever he works at, and he's gonna do me foul. He's gonna cut me and carve me up.
Just remember this.
Oh man.
Just remember this.
Oh.
I am a veteran, so I know how to kill. I'm in nursing, so I know how to put in an IV.
Oh.
So I know how to kill you in many different ways, okay? So thank you.
He's like, I'm a cripple. You so I can wipe you.
He said, I'm not gonna wipe you, I'm gonna get you. Golly, bro. Emmanuel, he says, how am I out of control already, man? I'm just doing the intros, man. We just getting started, brother. This man
I know, we haven't even got out of the intros yet. We're still going with
Right. Oh man, okay. So speaking of that, let's get to this. Let's get to this sucker who gave. He's gonna harm me, but the man who gave him the name Ham Solo is right here next to me.
Don't do that.
What's going on with you, Ham? What's happening? Great podcast last night after for the review of the VGAs.
Oh man, that show was fun.
Hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
That's for you.
Let's go.
But yeah, it was a good show last night. Me, you, Crazy Louie, Matt, Sir X Man, and J Rock came through, so that was a fun time. But yeah, the Game Awards was hot. But as for what I've been playing lately, because I'm sure we're going to talk about that a lot. I beat Remnant 2.
Oh, excellent. I
Let's
still
see. I've
got
been
to
playing
get down
a
on
ton of
that.
Ark Survival Evolved, Call of Duty, Halo with the firefight has been extra hot.
Really, I have
Actually,
not done it yet. Yeah, so
yes, it is so much fun. It's really good. The King of the Hill thing for it right now, I do like it because it keeps you kind of moving, doesn't make you kind of just hang out in the same place.
what you coming outside? Because I mean, this is our gameplay right here. Me and you, Ham. This is our gameplay right here of Halo, and I'm
Yeah.
outside, and you ain't
Yeah.
outside.
Oh no, because I was sniping. You're right. We gonna get in this conversation again?
I'm just saying.
I mean,
I'm
do
outside.
snipers go outside?
I'm outside. I'm like, yo, bro, bring everything y'all got. Ham out there just pew 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 pew.
Yeah, you're right. I'm out. You know, I'm hanging out back, getting me about 30 kills. Y'all traveling the flag back and forth. Do y'all thing. I'm
Look at
gonna
these
keep
numbers.
them off of you, suckers.
Look at these
Keep
numbers.
them off of you, frontline bum.
Yeah, I'll be a frontline bum. Look at these numbers, sucker. Look at these numbers, sucker, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see these numbers. The result says, since I'm a frontline
Hands
bum.
hot, mega not.
Let's go. Let's see these numbers. Let's see these numbers.
Let's see it.
Come on, they're popping up. Oh, what's going on? Let's have it here.
What happened? I can't even see.
It said what did it say? It said 12
didn't
12
say
and 6.
anything good for you. I'm
It
sure
did. It was positive. It was 12 and 6. 12 and 6. Yeah, 12 and 6. 12 and 6, baby. Let's go. 2 assists. Let's go.
What did I have?
I don't know. I don't know what you had.
Okay,
This is my gameplay.
Of course, you don't want to say nothing.
You wasn't outside. I'm outside fighting. I'm out there doing the work. Anyway, go ahead, man. What else
The
you was
numbers
playing?
ain't hiding.
Here's some more action. K-Mega action. Let's go.
All right, but right now I'm kind of screwing around with this old classic right here, if you can kind of see it because of the glare or whatnot. But it's Shadow the Hedgehog on the original Xbox.
Oh, I have not played that in so long.
It's pretty wild.
It's a great game.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. You're a hedgehog with a gun, so it's something.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's the gist of it. I don't need to keep going.
Okay. All right. And then last but not least, and Lady Foxfire, I know that but you only have so many to put in there. And I thought that Monster Hunter World, not a lot of people have talked about Monster Hunter World. I mean Wild. Which I think that game right there deserves a lot of attention. And yes, the Sega stuff should definitely be up there. I knew somebody was going to bring it up. I was going to bring it up myself. So yes, I totally get it. And Hatage, I don't know why I keep saying Hatage. Why would I have a problem with saying that? Why I keep having a problem with Husky's name?
Hokage?
Hatage. How you say that?
Hokage.
I'm gonna have this man on the show. I'm gonna hit him up so he can come on next week. Just say Hokage.
You need to hit that button for yourself because you're still a piece of garbage.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But Hatage. Okay, so anyway, I know what it is. It's from Naruto. Hokage, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? I know it's from Naruto, but it's hard to pronounce. And if I had this man on the show, I gotta have his name correct. So you know what I'm saying? That's just rude. So anyway, but man, we appreciate you coming through as usual. We will definitely have you on the show with some other people, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? And you could be Sir X-Man's replacement since his mic is trash. Anyway, last but not least, Dark Optimus. This man has been very quiet all week. You know, and I can't wait to hear his thoughts about what we got to talk about tonight. So what's going on with you, man? What you been playing?
I've been busy working, man. So that's why I haven't really said much on Twitter. Mostly just been playing The Expanse, trying to finish that off, and then also playing Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora right now. So yeah, just having some gaming stuff, some gaming sessions here and there. Pretty much when I get home from work and, got a few hours or so before I clonk out or whatever. But yeah, just living life, man.
People cooking me in the chat. Lady Foxfire is saying ejecto si K Mega because I cannot say Hatagi or I can't say it. I was so country.
Yeah, ho.
Hokage. Okay, now I can say ho.
Hey.
Ho Kage.
You probably can say gay. So just say ka right now. Hokage.
Who's on board tonight? Is it me or is it Ham Solo? Because Ham Solo brought the name up, the Wiper, and then now, okay, all right. So okay, Hokage.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Hokage.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Nailed
okay.
it.
Hokage. All right. Okay. So thank you, Husky. Hokage. All right. We're gonna definitely have you.
I'm your
on to
English
the show.
teacher.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Midwest does that to Southern folks.
You know what?
You're gonna have to give him a thesaurus or something, man.
Oh my God! I know. So I know this West Coast sucker ain't gonna talk. Man, hush your mouth. Anyway, all right. So
we're definitely smarter than Southern people.
You can listen. You might could talk more articulate than us, but you damn sure ain't. Because when all hell breaks loose, where are y'all gonna come? Where y'all going? Y'all gonna come out here because y'all don't know how to fish. Y'all don't know how to keep what you kill. You don't know how to put. I'm talking. I'm talking to Dark Optimus. Dark Optimus don't know anything about how to survive in the wild.
You know, I grew up in Michigan, right? Like I grew up in Michigan,
bro. You can jump in some cold ass water.
I fish. Bro, I've fished all my life, okay?
Oh my God.
And I've hunted all my life.
When's the last time you fished?
Last time I fished was actually in the summer. Actually, this past summer.
Okay. Because you beat me in. I ain't fished in a while.
It's been a couple of years since I fished.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years, but I know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, what he says you're making us graybeards look bad. I am sorry, Mr. Walker. I am.
I'm them reels, bruh.
I am looking bad right now. I'm going to get it right. Look, I'll just go in here and I'm going to talk to my wife. I'm like, can you help me with this name? Because sometimes there's some names I just get stuck on. Or, I don't like to use my dyslexia as a issue, but sometimes it hits me. So it's just whatever it is. But you know what I'm saying? But I'm willing to acknowledge it. That's the one thing. That's the first thing of
dyslexia or is it stupidia?
It could be both, but regardless, oh my God, this is a messy ass show already. Anyway, and ain't nobody else drinking but me. Let's get to it. First off, we're gonna get to here and talk. Did Sir X-Man say something?
Yeah,
he's trying to talk, but
this man talking from the fifth row.
What'd you say, Sir X-Man? What'd you say, brother? What's going on with your Dreadpool?
Step to recovery is recognizing that you got a problem, K-Mega.
That's right. That is absolutely true. And thank you so much for I have to acknowledge this because somebody asked me about that, and that was Future Generations. He said, what's happening, brother? Hope all is going well with your family. Yes. My mom is, I was telling that to the fellas earlier, my mom is doing a hell of a lot better. The doctor said it's miraculous because my mom is off the breathing machine. She's still going to need oxygen from time to time, but she's breathing regular air. And it's miraculous from where she was. I didn't think she was going to make it, but like I was telling her, she is half demon because she's mean. And so therefore the spirits of evil that she draws into her body will not let her leave this planet because she's back to being mean again. So I'm going to go check some things out, check her house out, do some other things, get her mail, pay a couple of her bills, and I'm going to report to Her Highness, and then she's going to tell me something else that I need to do because I didn't do it good enough. But that's my mom for me. Much love to her. But thanks for everybody for asking. I really do. I mean, it was pretty stressful last time there for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Love my mom. Only parent that I got left. Because my grandparents is all passed, and my dad passed away. I didn't really know him, but he passed when I was like 19 years old. So having to feel that reality, and it impacts you a little bit. Like, yeah, it was pretty tough, but I do appreciate all the prayers and everything that people that was saying that. So I do appreciate that, man. But all right, let's get to it, man. Let's first start off talking about Grand Theft Auto 6. I did want to make a My Thoughts video about that, but I was like, I'll just save it to a GRG. And the phenomenon that is Grand Theft Auto is very, very impressive. I don't know what the tally count is for the views, but I know it's incredible. The last time I checked, it was like I don't know, 289 million or something like that. That was like, I think within the first day or something like that, 24 hours or whatever. But then it also comes with some controversy, which I've been seeing a lot of people trying to, even Elon Musk, trying to say some things about Grand Theft Auto 6 as though like Grand Theft Auto has never been about crime, or there's other people that's been talking about the people of color that's in the game and all of this stuff about shooting cops. But I guess when it was Vice City, everything was okay. I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and go to my man Optimus on this one first. Like, your thoughts when you first seen this, the trailer, did it blow your mind? All the good stuff, and then give us your thoughts about the controversy that's been swirling around about this particular game that's been controversial since the day that it really actually took off.
Yeah, man. I mean, graphically, it blew my mind. I was just like, wow, okay, this looks good. This looks like, um, I think what they probably were thinking, wanting Grand Theft Auto 5 to look. So it definitely is an improvement over GTA 5. I definitely felt like there was a lot of um, people sitting here, saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna buy this game. Is it coming to Game Pass? Is it gonna go to Game Pass and stuff like that?" I was just like, bro, like not everything's gonna. I'm sorry, but not everything's gonna go to Game Pass right away. Like not day one. I mean, eventually, yeah, it'll probably go to Game Pass. At some point. Because I mean, GTA 5 was on there. I mean, GTA 5 is on there right now. So, but you know, you're gonna have to open up your wallet if you want to buy this game, because I honestly don't think Take Two or Rockstar is gonna you know they want the money. They want the money, because especially since they spent so much time and effort on this game. I mean, honestly, like, I think that I saw some people before the trailer dropped were saying, what if this trailer shows that what we're getting um uh isn't on par to what we got with GTA 5. And I was just like, I don't think it's going to happen, man. I don't think
Mm.
Rockstar, when they take their time to do something like that, they tend to knock it out of the park. And I mean, right now, graphically, it looks stunning, and I think it's definitely gonna probably surpass GTA 5
Oof.
in sales. Even
Think
I
so.
think,
Hmm.
I think so. Yeah. Only for the simple fact that it has two protagonists this time instead of three. I think that's more manageable. I think that's something that people can actually feel like they can handle a little bit more. Um, Not saying that GTA 5 was bad because it had three protagonists. It wasn't. Um, but I think just the way that it's gonna because I mean, when was the last time we had a GTA? Was the 360 era. So yeah, this is like the first GTA since then, and then they updated the GTA 5s, every console generation after it came out in the 360 era. So it's just like I don't see this game not being you know not getting the sales that it probably deserves, or even with the people saying, oh, well, I don't want to play as a female, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. I saw a lot of that stupid
Yeah,
crap.
me
I
too.
saw a lot of that. I saw a lot of people saying, oh, why is there so many black people in the game? And I'm all like, man, you do realize that, like, people who live in Florida, there's a lot of Puerto Ricans that live in Florida. There's a lot of Cubans that live in Florida. There's a lot of mixed. There's a lot of mixture in Florida. So I mean, you know, clearly this game is set in Florida. In Vice City, in Miami. There's gonna be all that. There's gonna be a lot of that stuff. I mean, you're just gonna have to accept it. If you don't want to, if you want to boycott it and not play it, then that's on you, man. That's not on anybody else. So Um, I think it was just ridiculous that people were even saying anything like that in the first place. I was just like, how many games have we had where that have come out that I feel like every time this happens, every time there's a character who's either not who any character that's not white that out there, we hear something about it. Like Angerboda from God of War Ragnarok, people had a big deal about that. They freaking freaked out and flipped out and did all that crap. And I know it's social media and people are racist because they just want to, I don't know, they want to be racist, I guess, on online because nobody can touch them, I guess, basically. But it's just crazy, man. I was like, I just ignored it all, man, to be honest. Like all that stuff, I was just like, okay, whatever. I didn't comment on it. I didn't say anything. I was just like, I'm so done with people being like that because it's like it just ruins. I feel like for me, it ruins my enjoyment of gaming because when people act like that, it just makes me want to just be like, why am I gaming at that point? Like why? If you're just gonna complain about everything, you're gonna be racist, you're gonna be all this kinds of stuff, sexist or whatever. What's the point in gaming? Like they act like, oh, we need to be men and men only or one certain race, and it's like you do realize that like that's not how our world is at all. So I don't understand why it's such a freaking I don't get it, man. I really don't. But I'm excited for the game. I think the game's gonna be great. I'm getting it day one for sure. Because it's Grand Theft Auto, like I mean, I don't think there's a Rockstar game out there that I never bought. I don't think there's not a one. I think I even bought.
I still
that
never played
one.
Bully. I got Bully, but I still
played
never
Bully.
played it.
I even played that one on the original Xbox. That was State of Emergency, I think it was called.
Oh yeah, no, I played that. But
Yeah,
Bully's
played
the
that.
only game that I
mean,
have
I
that
played
I've
all
never
the
played. I've never
played
booted it up.
I played all the Max Payne. Well, they didn't own the first two Max Paynes at the time, but they
That was
did.
Remedy, yeah.
They did re-release them later on under the Rockstar banner. I even played LA Noire. Like I love what Rockstar does, like in terms of gaming. And people are like, well, it's you're running around killing cops, and yes, that is part of the open world that you can do, but the storyline, I don't remember, like, I mean, you play as a, and most of the storylines you play as well, what 3 you played as a mafia guy,
mafia
right?
Guy. Yep.
Then Vice City you played as a mafia guy, and then you played San Andreas you played as CJ. He was
as a gangster. Yeah.
And then I mean, that's
Nico
just
was a immigrant.
Yeah, Nico
thug.
was an immigrant.
Yeah, immigrant thug. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And then in GTA 5, the guys were bank robbers.
Right.
Like if you don't like that kind of stuff, I understand, but you're not the majority of people. You're not the majority, and GTA 5 sold a lot. So I expect this to either outsell GTA 5 or, be in the same realm.
No doubt. All right. I know that you're kind of chomping at the bit, Viper. So your thoughts about this whole thing with not only just the controversy, but your thoughts about the trailer from seeing GTA 6. Did it live up to your expectation? And everything else that came with it, man. Your thoughts?
Well, I'm not a Grand Theft Auto person. I've never liked the series, so yeah, this is gonna be a hot take from me. But overall, I did think that the trailer looked good because of the graphical details, the draw distance. Um, it was it was interesting in terms of what they're using in terms of the engine. I don't know if it's the Red Dead 2 engine that they're using, but I'm seeing so much realism in that game. The locations that they had was just eye popping. Like it was wonderful. Um, and then the funny thing that I liked that they did was they chose actual news items that showed up in the game. So, like the one guy with all the tattoos on his face,
He's
that
trying
was
to
an actual
sue.
guy that.
He's talking
Yep,
about trying to sue.
I saw that.
Yeah. That's crazy.
The part where the cop was pulling out the alligator out the swimming pool, that was an actual thing. The guy running around in the gas station naked, that was one. The alligator that was going into a gas station, that was another one. Um, the old woman that had, I think she had an axe in one hand and a hammer in the other hand,
Yep.
that was another news thing. I liked how they did that, and then they put the tweets with it, or like it's the social media aspect that they had with it. I'm glad that they pulled it into today's um the zeitgeist of today. So, I mean, it's going to be not for everyone because obviously this is not a game for children. Um, and I don't understand how some people are saying that, oh, we need to boycott this. Me, I may not personally like it because it's when you play video games, most of the time it's about kids. That's what the mainstream media is telling you, is that video games are for kids. Granted, we all know that video games are for every single age because the Wii even demonstrated that even the elderly play video games once in a while. So the fact is that yes, this is a game that's for adults and it does have a mature rating on it. So if you're a bad parent and you want your child to get this, then okay, be the bad parent that you are. But like I said, if I was still working at GameStop, I was not going to let no kid buy this, and I would make sure to tell that parent, hey, this is what's happening in the game. These are the sex scenes that are in the game. These are the things that you can do by picking up hookers in the game, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, I will let them know what's going on in that game. And if they want to give me some BS answer like, oh, they see this on TV anyway. They've watched Game of Thrones. Oh, they've watched stuff that's even worse than this on TV. I'm like, that's on you. That's on you. You're the bad parent for doing that. Here's your copy of the game. Have at it, House. So
He said,
the
"Have at it,
fact
huh?"
is that it's um it's a it looks good. I mean, I'm not getting it day one because I know for a fact Strauss Zelnick wants to sell this for an astronomical price. You remember that he says, "Oh, we're gonna probably charge $150 for it because we believe that you should charge for every hour that the person spends in the game." Until I find out what's going on with that, I'm definitely not spending any money. I'm not spending nothing on that. So we'll see what happens. And then this whole talk about this is going to be bundled in with the PlayStation 5 Pro. Okay, ponies, please, please don't do this to yourself because so far the PS5 Pro hasn't even been announced. It's only a rumor. And then now you finally want to jump to the power narrative again, saying that Xbox fans are trembling at the fact that it's going to be marketed by Sony and that it's going to be bundled with the PS5 Pro, and then you guys are losing the power advantage. Okay, now we're changing the goalposts again. First it was about the games, then it's about the power, then it's about the games, then about the power. Which one is it? So um overall, all the negative things that comes out about it, because this is the biggest game in gaming history, of course, it's going to have the attention on it. It's already got 100 no, actually not 130. It's 130 million views within 4 days.
Okay, so it's 130. Okay, so I
million.
guess I read it from somebody that said 200 and something, but yeah, okay. So thank you for letting me know that.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
looking at it right now. When you search up GTA 6 trailer, you look at the one that says Rockstar Games, because that's the one I'm looking at. And now, obviously, other people have played that trailer, so it's going to pop up 130 million views 4 days ago. And then when you actually click on the actual trailer itself, it actually says 10.1 million. Oh, 10.1 million subscribers. Never mind. Let me see where. Oh, yeah, it says 130 million view 4 days ago. Number 20 on trending.
Well,
So,
that's it
yeah.
4 days ago. I'm sure it's much higher now, but
Well, that's
yeah,
how
good
old.
point.
That's how old it is.
Yeah,
But
right. Yeah,
130 million views right
that's
now.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Probably
All right.
the highest viewed thing on YouTube probably right now.
Oh, I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, no question. Let me go to the super chat from my main man Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? Really appreciate you coming through. He said, just wanted to say, keep up the good work, K Mega. He said, we'll have to get some matches in. Hashtag sit puppy. LOL. Listen, man, you don't want to see that puppy. You don't want to see Saber Wolf, bro. Saber Wolf. You see, I'm over here working with Kung Ra. Kung Ra is like my alternate to my puppy because my puppy is aggressive. Kung Ra can't be aggressive. He can be aggressive once he gets an opening in, but yeah, no, I am been enjoying playing Killer Instinct as well as Mortal Kombat. I'm going to get back to getting some Street Fighter in as well. I needed to try to figure out that system for Mortal Kombat. You'll see some Mortal Kombat gameplay here after me playing the finals, which I'm enjoying playing this game, man. I like it. I like it a lot. It's got a definite crazy learning curve, but I think the finals is one of those games that has potential to stick around for a while. But yeah, no, I really do appreciate that, Lawrence, man. Yeah, and on top of that, you need to bring, you know what I'm saying, sit down. I should be hashtag sit Jack down because Tekken 8 is around the corner, and you know I'm about to get that Jack some work because the Queen June is back, baby. So excited for Tekken. Can't wait. All right, man. Thank you so much, though, for the super chat. Let's get to it. Ham Solo, your thoughts, man, about the GTA stuff, man. Like,
oh shoot,
you know, how excited well, I should say excited, but your thoughts about the trailer. Did it meet up to your expectations, or did it blow your expectations? The controversy, all that.
Okay, so you're just saying talk about everything?
Yeah, talk about everything. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I thought the show was really good for game
What up,
trailers.
Crispy?
Game trailers, it was phenomenal. The pacing, all of it. I mean, there were some games. I mean, I'm not gonna say all the games I was interested in, like no, but they had they kept it moving pretty well. There were some moments where they could have slowed down for sure, and it wasn't in the game trailer. It was more or less in the award ceremony area where it's just like,
wait a minute, hold on. Are you talking about the Game Awards? Or are you talking about the GTA trailer?
yeah, I was talking about I was talking about the Game Awards. We're talking about GTA trailers. I thought we were talking about Game Awards now. I thought you
No. We're talking about GTA. Oh man.
Okay, thank you for stopping me right there because that's why I was like, we're going all the way into to everything that happened yesterday, but no, not yet. My bad.
Not yet.
But anyways, so going back to the GTA trailer, I mean, that thing was hot.
Hit his ass again with it. One more time.
Yeah, one more time. 3 more times.
Did it? Yeah, 2 more times. Cook his ass.
Wipe
Cook
that
his
button
ass.
clean, wipe him.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Get your shit together, man. I know you do about 5. I know you do about 5 podcasts a night, but you know what I'm saying. But you gotta get together, man.
No, you're good. So
let's go.
Anyways, GTA trailer, yeah, it was hot. It was definitely the game that I'm looking forward to in 2 years. But that's also why I'm probably not as excited as I could be. It's because it's still ways away,
Yeah.
and there's still a lot to be figured out with that game. We don't know like how it's gonna run 30 FPS, 60 FPS. I mean, regardless, I'm gonna play it. We don't know how much it's gonna cost. Like, because Strauss Zelnick out here talking about,
80.
like dollars per hour, or
150.
money per, like, you're talking about that per hour play, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy. There is something that I heard that I don't think is like insane. It's possible, but I think it's a little too early for it. But I think you may see GTA transition into becoming just strictly a subscription game at some point.
Well, it's already
Um,
there.
they already have a subscription, sure, but a subscription game as to where you cannot play without said subscription. So, like, that's what I'm more or less leaning towards, because if he believes that, oh man, we put all this time into it, we continue with it, we keep all this stuff up, and then they're trying to balance out, well, how is this going to be good for the customer later on? And if you mix up some sort of subscription service and make it somewhat worth it to the person that only plays GTA, that's great. As for a few buddies that I've talked to about this, buddies that don't even podcast, I've talked to about this, and they're like, yo, if they do that, I think I'm out. Like, for good.
Really?
Because
Okay.
they're all about story and that
Right.
stuff.
Right.
And in the games. And I'm kind of with them on that. It's just kind of like, if they were to do that, I would hop on, maybe play some story. And then once the story's over, I'd be out. But here is another problem that goes with that as well. Is if we're continuing down this road of AI, then
Oh,
that could be
shit.
endless possibility to a story, and the story really never ends.
That's
So
true.
then subscription service at that point
Makes
could
sense.
make sense, although it's cheaper for them to get this taken care of. Weird stuff to think of.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. There's a lot to
Don't
think
give
of
us that, please.
about all that stuff, and I don't want to get too far in the weeds with that.
Well, I mean, but no, that's a great point, though. I mean, I think that that's part of the discussion of why I was saying, like, look, give your initial thoughts about everything about this GTA stuff, because that man did not make that CEO did not make that claim lightly. He meant that. He meant that.
That was not an empty statement.
No, that was not.
I'm talking to investors, and we're looking for a way to charge more to people.
Right.
That's what that conversation was. It wasn't, hey,
they are already
man,
the
we don't
highest
see any
selling.
way around this. There wasn't man, we don't see any way around this. There is we see an issue, and we're not scared to tackle it. They're pretty much pushing their chest out. They're like Sony at the beginning of this generation, where it's just like, what you gonna do about it? You see what we just did? We just posted this game. We just broke the internet. What you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? And that's been GTA's mantra since like 3. Since GTA 3, it's always been, here it is, what you gonna do about it?
Yep.
Oh, you gonna take us to court? So they make way too much money. They're like, so
Yep.
You'll probably lose.
That's a
and
problem.
then that's even more money for us.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're absolutely
So
right.
it's just like,
I'm telling you, this is going to be a problem, because what you're saying is, well, what you're stating based on what Strauss Zelnick stated, basically they want World of Warcraft subscription base, because you can't get into World of Warcraft without it. And in addition to that,
that helps their argument.
Is to get into.
It already exists.
So $80 possibly, maybe $150 to get in, and then you got your monthly subscription of probably $15 or $20.
This is kind of like
that's scary.
This is kind of like I don't know. This is kind of like any restaurant that you go to, right? And you go to get this specific type of food, and you know you can get it for right now, right? But then they start telling you, yo, we're selling this stuff, and you're like, hey, I'm not used to seeing that. And they're like, well, we're making left, right, and center money. What you gonna do about it? We're gonna sell this. We're gonna do this until it tells us, and until some sort of information comes back and says it's wrong. But
Yep.
as of right now, we see our player count. We see people willing to buy this at stupid amounts of money. We already raised prices with NBA 2K and everything like that, and people are still buying it, no problem. This game made the most money, and people cannot wait to touch it in any way, shape, or form, to the point that they're rushing stages and stuff like that to places that we're not even at.
Right.
So it's just like, we see you need this for whatever reason, and we're going to give it to you. And shame on us, sure. But are you going to do it or not? Are you going to do it or not? And everybody's like, I don't like it. I can't wait. It's just like, they hear that. They hear that. Because I'm one of those people right now that's saying, I'm not really sure how this is going, but I want a front seat to it.
Mhm.
Right? I might see, you know, my favorite platform get hit in the mouth. You might see your favorite platform. PlayStation might get hit in the mouth too.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Absolutely.
In fact, Cyberpunk could have hit everybody in the mouth, but they slipped on the they slipped on the execution
That's right.
at the beginning. Imagine if they executed what they did now back at the beginning when the
That's
generation started. That thing would have been cooking to this day.
Yes, sir.
So this is and this is looking way more impressive to people than Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck. This is way more interest.
Well-
that 24 hour told it all. Right there. That 24-hour YouTube numbers said it with its chest.
I will push back a little bit. Not because I'm a Cyberpunk stan, but I will say this. If the game did come out like it was supposed to, and then they implemented all the stuff that they implemented in like they visions, because I'm pretty sure that they had to scrap a few things maybe in production in order to fix everything. I think that because remember, the comparisons were, and that's why I do agree with you 100%, that GTA came out and was like, no, hold on. Because everybody was talking about how the world seemed so much more alive than any GTA game that was ever made in Cyberpunk, which was absolutely factual. Now, when you look at what you see with GTA, what did they show you? Oh, we're going to put people in times 10 to let you know we are the GOAT. So I just think that because of the setback, because they got pushed to put that game out when it wasn't supposed to be put out on old consoles, that it hindered a little bit of maybe what they were trying to do. I don't know. What's your thoughts?
You're talking about for Cyberpunk?
Yeah, for Cyberpunk, because I do agree with you that maybe they had a plan, maybe not as scrupulous as what 2K would do, but definitely in the scene of where they would get more money, garner more money.
See, Take-Two wasn't gonna do. See what Cyberpunk was trying to do was they were trying to accommodate for promises that they made people.
Right.
The difference between Rockstar and CD Projekt Red is Rockstar doesn't give a fuck about no promise.
No,
they ain't making no promises to nobody.
You're right.
We went this whole last generation, wondering if they were gonna do another GTA. They didn't say nothing. They came out later this generation, said, hey, we got something, but it's going to be a bit. It wasn't, they didn't do any scramble at all until there's a leak. Because they don't care. They don't care. And the reason that they're kind of smart for what they did is because they're not trying to over accommodate. Just like I said with CD Projekt Red, they tried to accommodate for the Xbox One like they said they would, right? So they did it, and it was terrible. It was a bad idea. I don't think GTA 6. I mean, they may have side-eyed that Series S at first, but I think they figured out a way to do it, and that's why you don't hear nobody tripping about it over there. About it. I'm sure that it's gonna be just fine. That thing is still next gen hardware, and people act like it ain't.
Right.
It is.
Right.
Deal with it.
Right.
But yeah, I think they know how to deliver. This is the reason they take so dang long, and I just think the kind of personality that company kind of runs with, they just don't give a damn. They're gonna do what they do. As much as it is a crutch sometimes to us fans, it's an absolute positive for them that they just whatever. I don't care what you say. We're going to do it at our pace. We're going to put it out the way we want to, and it's going to look damn good. They already got people saying, oh, this is exactly what the game looks like. They got people out here already saying that. This is literally what the game looks like, which is insane. But when's the last time Rockstar lied to us about what it looked like?
That part is true. Part is true. That part is true. No, those are really great points. While Don,
Last
go ahead.
thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Last thing I wanted to say is about the people that are tripping out about this game.
Uh-huh.
Do a 3-minute profile check on any of those people.
Facts.
And remember, those same people that want their rights are trying to tell you that it ain't cool now
Right.
to have them right.
Talk about it. Facts.
I mean, it takes all of 5 seconds to rip that whole to rip that whole narrative apart.
Yes.
It's a throw out case, open and shut.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. 100% right. Also, yes, I wish I could show the fighting in this Mortal Kombat story mode, but I don't want to get flagged. So I'm just showing story mode part. Hope you guys enjoy it. I kind of mixed it up because didn't want the story to because the story is kind of all over the place in a good way. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I went ahead and knocked it out. It's really good. It's really good. So if just for the fact, if you just want to get Mortal Kombat 1 for the story mode, it is well worth it. It's like 15 to 16 chapters. Very, 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 very entertaining. Game as usual. It just proves that NetherRealm is the best at telling stories through fighters. They're the best at it. There's, as much as I'm anticipating Tekken 8 is not going to be anywhere near in the same league as what NetherRealm does when it comes to the story mode. It's just incredible. All right, Sir X-Man, I know that you've had to wait for a while, but we was over here trying to see if that mic is going to be any better. But I want to get your thoughts about GTA 6. What did you think when you first saw that? Did it meet up to expectations? Did it blow your mind? All that.
Okay, testing. Hope my mic is okay. Can y'all at least hear me?
We can hear you. It's low, but yeah, you can talk. We would advise you to talk a little bit louder, but yeah, we can hear you somewhat. Yes.
All right. Sorry, people. I'm not on my PC. I apologize.
You're going to say that every time he talks.
Yeah, he should, though.
There are newer people that tell them I have moved, so I'm not able to set up my system yet. So I apologize for I'm doing the best I can because I had to be here for this one. But Grand Theft Auto has been around for 30 years. It started off on PC. You knew what you were getting with Grand Theft Auto. Every new Grand Theft Auto has progressed and it's always been criticized. So why are people complaining about the game that they knew what it was going to be, what it was going to be about, the same subjects, the same type of, hookers on the street, women dancing all over the place, you killing cops, cops killing you dying. What do you expect? Would you like a fairy tale kind of Grand Theft Auto where they're shooting daisies at you and you just pass out? No, it is Grand Theft Auto. Every iteration with graphical fidelity getting improved, you are going to see more things that are real to life. So these people that are harping about this stuff are the same ones that are probably crying because their OnlyFans account, they ain't got no money to pay for it right now. So they need to deal with it. It is Grand Theft Auto. You've been crying for Grand Theft Auto since the repeats of Grand Theft Auto 5. So here comes 6. When it comes out, just get your money out your pocket and get ready to buy it, just like you do Call of Duty. You cry, you cry, you cry, you cry. But you know you're going to get this game regardless. And just stop it, deal with it, and stop complaining for the game that you wanted. Now that they're giving you the game that you kind of wanted now, and some people are crying about it. They've been crying about every single M-rated video game that came out. But they don't cry about M-rated movies as much as video games. Okay. That's because these games are completely immersive. You are involved in it. You don't just go and watch an M-rated movie for you watch it for 2 hours or 3 if you're Titanic, but it ain't M-rated. And it's done. These games last forever. And now these games you can play with your friends. You can dress up. You can do whatever you want to. If you want to play a cop and be a hooker, it's Grand Theft Auto. Deal with it, enjoy it, wait for it to come out, and stop complaining. It ain't about woke. It ain't about politics. It's Grand Theft Auto. A 30-year-old franchise that's been like that forever. You don't cry about Mortal Kombat now like they used to. With the blood and the gore has gotten way worse than ever before. So why you gonna cry about Grand Theft Auto when you know what it is? Don't buy it for your kids because you know they shouldn't be playing it. And if you do, like everybody say, that's your fault.
Yeah, the you problem. No, I totally agree. Keep going. I'm sorry.
It's all right, dude. Get it together, deal with it, and Grand Theft Auto gonna rise. I'm not a person, but I'm
it was Viper who was the culprit. Ham who messed up the cameras.
Who? Oh, Viper.
Viper was the culprit to mess up the cameras tonight. Oh well. We'll see if he pops back in.
Yes, let's go.
So, like I said, I'm gonna end my rant right there, but that's all I gotta say on it. Just deal with it, play the game when it come out, and stop your bitching. It's Grand Theft Auto.
Shit.
Oh man. Sir X man ain't even got the mic working right. I had to turn him up. You know what I'm saying? And he's over here talking trash. You know what I'm saying? Look, listen, you're absolutely right. I do want to say this from what Don said. Don said GTA will be pushed back until 2026. I have no doubts in my mind that it will be pushed back.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. Also, Cleo Walker said GTA 6 is not woke enough. So that's why soft people is complaining. That listen, it's not got nothing. Listen, again, I don't know how many times I got to stress this to people. Stop using that word woke. Stop using it in the wrong terms to what the actual meaning of what woke means. Especially people of my race. You know what I'm saying? People of my color. You know what I'm saying? Even though I am mixed with Native American, but regardless, and probably whatever else. But stop using woke, black folks. Stop using woke for what this right-wing bullshit is. Stop doing that. And know your history of where woke came from. It came from a black man from the South, a blues singer. Stop using that word for right-wing propaganda. Stop doing it. And understand where that word actually came from. It makes me sick to my damn stomach when I see my brothers and sisters use that damn word and they don't know the history of it. That means your ass is too busy worrying about these ass-shaking ass chicks instead of worrying about your goddamn history. It's getting to me now. It's starting to get to my mental a little bit when people start using that shit. It pisses me off a little bit. But anyway,
what I call Grand Theft Auto now, right?
What do you call it?
Freaknik. That's what I've been
Bro,
calling it.
let me tell you this. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, of course, I've never been to Florida. I definitely would like to go sometime. I know Florida is very wild. But it's just like from anything else. So I got family that lives out in Florida. Of course, my brother Yobi stays out in Florida. I got some other people that I know that stays out in Florida as well. I mean, it's just like anywhere else. You can go to even out in Oklahoma and you can get into some spots that can get real sticky. So don't get it twisted. Anywhere you go, it can get real crazy. So don't sit there and keep talking about Baltimore, Chicago, and this and that, whatever. The fact of it is that there's dangerous spots everywhere in this nation. To me, as though what I was so impressed about Grand Theft Auto was what they showed was the diversity. You know how much I love the diversity. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that is a melting pot. That is so many immigrants out there. So many immigrants out there. So of course it's going to be, different nationalities all over the place. And if it's going to be I think it's based in Miami, I believe. Then of course,
pretty much Vice City.
Yeah. It's like Vice City, so of course it's not. See, I'm not understanding why people don't want to put the realism in. Even though we know that Grand Theft Auto is realistic in the sense of there are people that do crimes and things like that, but you want the games to be on a level to where they feel authentic. It's not authentic to have a game that is all of one race. It's not authentic to have a game that is a setting piece that's showing coming from that area. You know what I mean? Like, and Miami is very diverse. So that's my whole point on that. People need to stop complaining about that. I thought it looked phenomenal. I mean, it did put Cyberpunk on notice. Cyberpunk is an older game, but it just makes this back and forth between CD Projekt Red and 2K have a rivalry now, because even though where Saints Row is kind of faltered away, we now have two solidified games that are open world that's involved in crime, which is Cyberpunk, and now you also, even though they kind of have like different storylines, they're still kind of basically looked at in the same type of genre. So I'm very excited for the future of this game. But the one question that I have, will I be double dipping? Because I'm not going to triple or quadruple dip like I did with Grand Theft Auto 5. So the question is that I said I'm only going to buy one Grand Theft Auto, but I'm already now, since I was like, I'm finna get it on PC, it's going to be good, but now I got to wait to get it on PC. So once that game do drop,
I feel like
I think I might have to get it day one on console and then get it on PC later. Go ahead.
I feel like some of these people have never seen the movie Bad Boys.
You might be right. You might be right.
Because if you watch Bad Boys, you see like not only Bad Boys 1, but Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys 3.
Yes.
You see a lot of, mixture of people. Yes. You don't see just one,
Yes.
But I don't know what the hell is the matter with people, man. I don't get it.
I don't know. I
really
don't get this. I don't get this. And I see, and what it makes me sick to my stomach to see my own sit here and use that word. And I'm not saying that Cleo was using that word, because I know that that's just, it's a word that's kind of fit into this. But as a person who's grew up from knowing where that word came from and hearing that all my life, from me being a little child that can remember, knowing that I was hearing woke and what that meant and what that represented, to see how it's been twisted now into this garbage narrative now, it does turn my stomach heavily. Anyway, let's get off of that. What? Well, speak louder if you're going to say something. Go ahead.
It is full next gen game.
Yes.
From the details of the people to the men, the women, the clothing, the environment, the buildings, the cars even look better. You got heavier traffic in the game. If this game holds up, it's gonna set the new bar. Without that Unreal 5 engine, it's gonna set a brand new bar. I will give it.
Yeah, no question. No question. No question is setting the bar. I mean, look at the character models. I mean, very impressive. Very impressive models. Like the one thing, even though of course the girl that's shaking her ass on the car, it wasn't her shaking her ass that was fascinating to me. It was her hair, the way it whipped over her face when she was. I was like, yo, that is incredible. And then just like
it wasn't the hair. It wasn't the hair.
It was the hair. It was the hair.
Don't give me none of that.
It was the hair. It was the hair. No, they had some fantastic models in there. Like
they had a fantastic looking.
Yeah, just multicultural, just nice. Just everything was pleasant.
Like I feel like when I play that game, I'm gonna feel like I'm in Miami. At that point when I'm playing that game. So I'm excited for it. But I also agree with you guys that if they do that whole bull crap like Strauss Zelnick wants to do, where he wants to charge people more money for the game, I'm out.
I'm out of the multiplayer as it is. I didn't play the multiplayer.
I didn't even know he said that. That's how much out of the loop I am.
Yeah, no, he did say
that.
He said that, and so what Ham said was made a lot of sense. And I mean, look, it's just like what Don alluded to, and I've said as well. But you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna give the credit to Don on this one. He's like, look, man, if you go in, the more and more that you complain about something and they take it away, they're gonna find another way to get it from you. And it was just like with the loot boxes. I thought loot boxes was fine. I mean, me and others were going back and forth about the loot boxes. I said it's optional. Don't get too out of pocket with this, because if they take it away, they're going to find another way to get this money from you. And sure enough, now this is it. And some people might be upset with subscriptions, even though I think subscriptions is perfectly fine in the wake of how many games that are coming out and has been coming out here lately.
Well, the funny thing about that is, one quick thing on that is that they were not feeling the loot boxes, right? Mm-hmm. But they feeling the battle passes,
right? That's the
and
thing,
it's like,
right?
It's the same crap, man.
Yeah,
like, except now you actually earn something that you probably want, but there's still a lot of crap in those battle passes. Like, there's still a lot of crap you don't want in those things. So it's like, and plus it's optional anyways. Like, a lot of that stuff is optional. Like, even right now when I'm playing Avatar, they have the store where you can buy like cosmetics and stuff like that for the game. I looked at it. I was just like, sometimes I just like to go in there just to look at the store, and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna buy any of this, but cool, it's there.
Yeah. No, and Cleo Walker with the super chat, really do appreciate it, brother. He said, "Don't mind me, K-Mega. I'm just in my troll mentality right now. Too much Twitter day. No, I'm not trying to ridicule anybody. I'm just trying to make you aware. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I do have an aggressive way of doing that, and I apologize for that. But for me, it's just like, it does turn my stomach. I hate when people use that word for what it's used for now, because it's a racist trope. That's exactly what it is. It's a trope that's used for something that is not pure. And I think if people start really understanding where the word where this new woke word originated from, I think a lot of people will be disgusted as well. So it's definitely so it's something that does bother me when I hear people say it in that regard, because to me it's like, well, you don't want diversity, you don't want people to, you don't want inclusion, you don't want those things. That bothers me. That bothers me a lot. So anyway, let's move on.
That's the crazy thing. They just, I guess they don't live the same world.
No, they don't. Well, a lot of those people don't. A lot of those people they don't like the way the world is today. They want to revert back to things. Listen, and I'm not going to get into politics or anything like that. That is something that I would love to talk about in some case someday, but no, can't do that. Especially when we talk about gaming. So let's move on. We've been talking about GTA a little bit longer than I thought, so we'll see if we can go ahead and talk about Bungie later. We're going to talk about the VGAs now, because that's what everybody really wants to hear. I want to get to hear what you guys' thoughts are on the VGAs. I'm finna go to Ham Solo on this one first. since we were talking about it last night. So I kind of know some of the things that he was talking about. But man, the good, the bad, the ugly. I guess that I could separate this a little bit so we can kind of break it down. I'll start off with the good of the VGAs. The things that caught your attention, the things that were promising. Right here, this gameplay right here is from Avatar. If you guys like it, man, I would advise you guys to check it out. If you can't get it now, maybe check out the Ubisoft subscription. Or I think the game is definitely worth buying. In my opinion, it's really, really, really good. You know what I'm saying? I think Dark will agree with me on that. He says he likes this as well. I think it's a really good game. But Ham, the VGAs, man, the good side of it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all we're going to talk about right now is the stuff that had you excited, the things that you thought that was really positive about the show.
So as I was saying earlier, the pacing of the show I thought was really nice. At least from the games being shown, the new games being shown, I thought that was really nice.
Yeah.
I thought that this was the best showing from Jeff Keighley since he's been around. I think personally, from his own personal show. I'm not saying it's the best show of all time. I'm just saying it's his best show of all time. There was no interruptions that were awkward, or nobody going to jail, or there was no awkwardness about it. It seemed like he was generally comfortable for the most part. The guests were generally comfortable. I like some of the big names that he did bring on stage. I know we're gonna talk about it later. I thought some of them overstayed a little bit, but actually, I don't think they overstayed. I just think that some people didn't get to stay as long as they should have. So, I mean, that's where I'm gonna go with that one, because I've heard some people complaining about the Anthony Mackie thing, and I thought that part was excellent. I was like,
yeah, me too.
He's the one person trying to bring some energy out here. Like give him a break. He looked like a comedian up there, and that's not his job. He's
Right.
an actor.
Right.
So that was really nice to see. Let's see some other things that I really liked. I mean, I think that pretty much is the gist of it. I don't need to go too in depth because I'm sure we'll go a little further as we
Yeah.
carry on and people have their other opinions and stuff like
that. Okay. Sir X-Man, we're gonna go to you, brother. We'll see. Your thoughts about the VGAs, man, like just the positive side of it, the things that you enjoyed about the show.
I enjoyed Hellblade. Hellblade, I'm sorry, looked totally sick. I'm glad Forza got some trophies. Some awards and stuff like that. It deserved it. And overall, the pace of the show, it was okay. Just a little bit too long, but it was all right. That's about it.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and Outlast, the Outlast trailer that I keep telling people about that people don't pay attention to. It was sick. It was put in the one there, like when they did a commercial spot. That's where they had the Outlast thing. I'm telling you, that game looks sick, dude. It looks so sick, and people are sleeping on it when it comes to consoles. In March, they sleeping on it.
Okay, Outlast. I do not do scary anymore. I do semi-scary. It's taking me everything I got to get through Alan Wake right now. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me that's what made me take my scary ass over here to Avatar. I was like, okay, let me be blue people. Let me not be in this world anymore. But anyway, all right. So I got to get back to. I love scary movies, but I don't know. It's something about scary games. It's just turned me soft, man. Soft as pudding. I don't know. I might just have to just turn the lights out, close the door in this game room, and just crank up the volume and just play something. Just play Resident Evil 7 by myself for a hot minute to get back to being about that culture because I don't know what happened to me.
Child's play compared to Outlast. Too.
But well, I know Outlast. Yeah, I'm not gonna play Outlast. I'm just not. But you know, I do need to get back to playing some scary games again. But anyway, before I go ahead and get to Viper, I want to get to Emmanuel A1. Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Really do appreciate it. He says much respect for being a responsible and intelligent OGK Mega. Man, appreciate that. Appreciate that, brother. He said,
don't say that.
man, look. That man know he know this history. He know this history. He know this history. Man, he know I'm always spitting that Dayline. Anyway, so he says I'm most hyped for Blade on Xbox, but I want to hear y'all talk about Tales of Kazara. I believe that's how you say that. Azu too. Looked fire to me. Yeah. Nice. Oh no, that was amazing. I was going to talk about it if nobody else talked about it, but I want to go to Viper and get his thoughts of the good of the show, his thoughts about that, and then we'll move on and hear what everybody else say. But thank you so much, Emmanuel A1. Appreciate that super chat. All right, Viper, the good stuff.
So I wish I was on camera so I could be messy, but I'm gonna still be messy off camera.
Okay.
All right, continue.
Basically, I liked the fact that, Xbox, they got 3 awards compared to Sony's 0. Spider-Man did not get any awards, even though they were nominated for 7. I like the fact that Xbox finally has a superhero video game that is exclusive to them.
Let's go.
Make no mistake, chat, that Blade is exclusive to Xbox and PC. Even though they didn't say it, even though they didn't explicitly say it, just like if you see Insomniac and Sony or PlayStation Studios, then you know it's exclusive to Sony. If you see Bethesda or any studio that's owned by Microsoft, it's exclusive to Xbox. With the exception of Mojang, with the exception of Call of Duty, it's exclusive to Xbox. Plain and simple. Get it through your thick skulls. Anyway, more good stuff. The fact that Baldur's Gate was the clear winner of the night, where they swept every single category they were in.
Yeah.
And the fact that it shadow dropped the same night on Xbox. I do like the fact that Microsoft showed up really big with all of the trailers that they had. It seemed like every single time they were going on a commercial break, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass, every single time. So what they wanted to hammer that thing home and say, Xbox is here. They got the Hellblade trailer with the actual combat that people been clamoring for. Now people can shut the hell up because they showed you what you asked for. Mm-hmm. The fact I do like that that game from the guy from Africa when he said about his he dedicated it to his father.
Yeah.
When I heard that, yeah, it was tear jerking, but then when I actually saw the game, woo, man, that is going to be a day one for me. And I think it's the thing that you mentioned in the super chat. I think that was the name of the game, correct?
Yeah, Tales of Kazara, Azu. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. So,
yeah, that's the one that I'm definitely getting that day one.
Kazara, and I think that's Kazara.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. And then finally, Sega came in the big way. The super game that they're talking about,
I bet you it's a compilation of all their old games remade into updated graphics, updated gameplay, updated music. I was looking forward to seeing Altered Beast, Shinobi, Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio. Oh my God. I think we might be seeing the reemergence of old school Sega. We may be seeing the best of Sega coming up with this super game initiative. So that's basically it. What I think were the good parts of the Game Awards.
Yes. Good deal. All right. Dark Ottomans. The positive.
You got that
While
contract ready, K Mega? You got that? You got that contract ready?
That contract
You got that
is
contract
right,
ready?
buddy.
You got that contract ready?
The
You got it ready?
The
You got it ready?
contract is right here. Let's get it. Let's get it. Where do you know? I got the place for you to sign right here, buddy.
I gotta throw this out there.
Clip it.
This man said, "I'm hungry and I've been waiting for food."
Keep it red. That man been starving.
Xbox threw out some heat last. And when I say heat, I mean lava type of heat, like some, scorching hot.
Let's go.
I mean, what do they have? They had so many games, man. I mean, there was just so much stuff that I was like excited for, like what's that one? God, what is that game called? I think you had it in the poll. No Rest for the Wicked. That game looked awesome.
Yeah.
By what's their name? The creators of Ori.
Moon Studio.
Moon Studio. So that's gonna be awesome. Blade. Oh man, Blade looked. I mean, even though Blade didn't show any gameplay, I was like, Blade day one, baby. Day one. I love Blade. Blade. Huh? What?
Just like Wolverine didn't show gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes to like a superhero game, I'm there day one. Well, there is one that's coming soon that I'm yeah. Well, we can't talk about that, but but yeah, man, I think everything that they showed like on Xbox side, I was just like, dang, dude, Hellblade 2, oh my god, dude, I was like, am I watching a movie right now, or is this a game? I was like, is this a movie or is this a game? Because there was like the facial expressions, the way that the characters looked out in the environment. Like it just looks amazing, and the combat looks fantastic. It looks like they went in more depth this time around with the combat, so I'm excited for that. I'm also, I can't let my PlayStation brethren down with Rise of the Ronin. That looked good, but I mean, we've seen it before, so we know that's coming. At least we got a release date for that one. March. That's coming. But yeah, I was just like there was a lot of games that I was just like, man, this is the Exodus. That game looked really good.
Yes.
What was that other? There was another one that was just, dude. There was just so many sci-fi games that were there at that showing, man. At that VGAs, I was like, dude, it's gonna be sci-fi heaven. If you love sci-fi, anything sci-fi, you're gonna be having a grand old time. It seems like next year, or maybe even in 2025 or 2026. So, we're definitely gonna be having some games coming that are just gonna be really, really on point. Like, but also, I really liked how Christopher Judge dogged on Call of Duty.
Man, that's a mistake.
Listen. If you work in the media and you can't take, then get the fuck out of the media. Period. Right. If you work in entertainment and you can't take a joke, then get the hell out, because you're never gonna survive. ever. And then of course, you know, I also like Anthony Mackie being there, man. Anthony Mackie was what's his name? Timothy Chalamet was there.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey was there. It was like,
Right.
that was cool, you know, seeing all those guys there, you know, being there and stuff. And then the only thing that I think was, you know, like probably
Well, we'll
was
talk
just,
about
you know,
we'll talk
yeah,
about
we'll talk
negative
about
later.
that.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
talk about
that's
that
true.
later. Okay.
I forgot about that we were going to talk about the negative after this.
Yeah.
Trying to think of anything else that I thought was positive. Just Baldur's Gate 3 getting what it deserves, you know, game of the year. It deserved it. I mean, even though I didn't finish the game, even Tears of the Kingdom, in my personal opinion, was my game of the year. I honestly feel like it was warranted that Baldur's Gate 3 would get it. You know, like, honestly, like, I figured it was either going to be that or Tears of the Kingdom. I didn't see anything else on there that, except for maybe Alan Wake 2, but even then I was like, I don't think enough people have played it, enough people talked about it in order for it to even, you know, for anybody to be like, oh, you know, I think now people will probably play, but yeah, I think, you know, Baldur's Gate 3 definitely got its due for sure. And
Right.
Larian, you know, whenever they come out with the next game, the people are going to be there day one.
Yeah, no, that's going to be mine. For sure. Blade was definitely a pleasant surprise. I did hear about it in the ether. Did hear about.
Yeah, I
Baldur's
heard about it
Gate.
before the show.
Yeah, I
Like,
heard about
I
a
heard
couple of
about it.
things that was dropping. It was pretty, you know what I'm saying? Some of those people that in the loop were pretty accurate, but I was making sure that I was like, yo, word? Blade game? Really? But see, this is the crazy thing. The people in the know said it was an exclusive. But, you know, now people are like, well, we don't do anything. Let Xbox cook, man. Like I was saying, stop.
Honestly,
yeah.
Why did they have to say it's exclusive?
They don't.
PlayStation
they
PlayStation never says it's exclusive.
No. Well,
they never do.
It's like I said, it's a distraction because the media and those people in the stands and even some Xbox gamers want people to still perceive that Xbox is the Xbox from the Xbox One generation. And it's far from it. It's not nowhere near the same. I tried to explain that to people. Other people on this panel, and other podcasters out there is trying to explain this to people. Like, stop letting these distractions come out, because if these distractions didn't work for PlayStation, when people were asking, that was one thing that I was trying to make this point to somebody that was on Twitter X today, where they was like, "Well, Xbox just need to let us know." Did PlayStation let you know until the last minute about Final Fantasy VII Remake or about Her Thickness and Yams, Stellar Blade? No, that was last minute. That game was both of those games were considered multiplats until the last minute. So
exactly.
I don't want to hear this. Like, stop letting people distract you from what the good that Xbox did, because when you let that consume you, go ahead.
This game, Blade, is not made by the ones who made Redfall.
No.
It's not those guys.
No.
It's the guys who made Dishonored.
Yes.
And made Deathloop.
Yeah, it's so not awesome.
That game's going to be on a different. I think that game's going to be on a different level.
Yeah.
So
no doubt. No. It's
don't try to compare this game to Redfall.
No, and people
they're not the same team.
No.
I know. I've seen people on Twitter trying to make it seem like, oh well, they're the same people that made Redfall, and I'm like, it's not the same team. It is not the same team at all.
So that's just one of those things, man. I think it's crazy. Stop letting other people distract you from your happiness, because this is exactly what they do this every time. Like, and then so when people ask this question about, well, why Xbox just can't let us know ahead of time, because the 2-3 times that they have, the media has roasted them. You say, well, prove it. when they had the exclusive rights to Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, the media destroyed them. Starfield, the media was all beloved game of the generation. All of a sudden, when it became an exclusive, they cooked it. They're still cooking Starfield. So so again, and then you look and you see a game like Hellblade. Hellblade is not talked about in regards to like it was when it was a PlayStation exclusive. So just, I mean, all you got to do is just look at it. Like, if people want to say Xbox tax, all that bullshit, whatever the case may be.
And I don't see anybody praising, except for, us and stuff. I don't see any media praising Hellblade 2, what we saw last night. Because, bro, what we saw last night is on another level.
Right, and that's what I was trying
Something
to
I haven't
tell
seen
people.
in gaming ever. So
Hellblade is very impressive. Now, I was, for me, there was a lot of surprises, of course, but Exodus was one for me. It was something that I was telling my wife, like, yo, it's crazy. It's like movies. There's always been actors and actresses that's jumped into gaming, but now it's almost so close to being intertwined that it's like almost unison now, because that entertainment is becoming closer and closer as one.
You mean like OD?
I was just going to say that. Like, OD blew my mind. Like, I'm like, damn. If now again, I ridiculed Kojima for what he said about, like, the West is all about guns and things like that. Well, we better have some pew pews. If you're gonna bring me demons and spiritual entities, I better have me a pew pew to at least shoot something. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I gotta have me a pew pew for that shit. So I need that. I need that.
Here's the thing that was kind of shocking was that now PlayStation fanboys are saying Kojima's mid, because now
I can believe
making
it.
a game for Xbox.
I can believe it. But see, again, I've also seen people also say, well, they're using Xbox Cloud, Meta, all that other stuff. Well, just give me Death Stranding 2. That's just the stands are scrambling right now. They are majorly scrambling, but it is what it is. Oh, that's scrambling. Go ahead.
I did want to bring up, since you're talking about Blade and whatnot. I mean, I think what Xbox did with this trailer by not putting that stuff in there is absolutely genius.
Genius.
And it's kind of like doing exactly what they thought it would do, right? Stir up a little controversy, get people talking, get it talking, and then right before the reveal of pre-orders or anything like that, get it here.
Yep.
Get it here. So I mean, I think it's a total I think it's a total troll in the smartest way, because you already know, anytime somebody some like if Xbox can kind of control a narrative, it's kind of impressive when they actually do.
You're
control it. Like, when it gets out of control is when it's not good.
Right.
But when they're in control of it, they're willing to do what Jesus did. They're willing to get up on that cross, take all of them stabs and whatnot, and then just say, look at me now. After all of that shit's all done, and they saying, oh, you praising me now, huh? You praising me now, huh? Yeah, exactly. So I totally think that's the kind of the direction that they're kind of pushing in. Because if they don't have to say anything, Xbox fans are gonna hype it up, and then they're gonna tell people, hey, it's exclusive, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And we're probably right on that, right?
Right.
But the PlayStation fanboys are yada yada yada. And really, for Xbox, it's a win-win either way. If you look at it from the company standpoint, it's a win-win no matter what.
Win.
Call of Duty, you're gonna tell me that would have to us Xbox fans that are very selfish. Call of Duty being exclusive only to Xbox would have been incredible.
Right.
But in the hands of or being able to share it amongst folks, it gets them so much more money. I don't think that's probably going to happen for Blade, but that idea of this just happened with Call of Duty is still fresh. It is still fresh. There is no scab. You see right through the belly.
Right, you see
right
that gut
through-
juice. It's still wounded. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
wound
yeah.
ain't healed.
It is bleeding out. Like you still see it has not recovered yet. So like with that still going on, there like people are scrambling now for what game is going where from Xbox, right? Xbox got the new Hell. I'm sure there's people out there saying Hellblade's coming to PlayStation. Literally, Starfield, even after they confirmed it over and over and over, it still was asked by not just people, but the media.
Yes. Yes.
So if you think that this is going to go away just because Phil Spencer comes out and says, once again, that this game is coming out to wherever Game Pass is available, which he'll probably have to say again, because that's literally what he said for Bethesda. You'll be able to play this game anywhere that you can access Game Pass.
Yep.
And it was Starfield, a game that's probably going to be in development longer than, or was in development and is still in development longer than this game is ever going to be.
Yes.
In development. So yeah, man. I think they're just trolling people and trying to get them. I think they're trying to get everybody all stirred up, just like see, just like that FSU announcing everything, get everybody all stirred up.
That's right. Get them hot,
and then reveal and let them cry.
That's right.
It is what it is.
Well, and also I think too is that I think that there's another angle to this as well, which some people are trying to roll their eyes at, is that the FTC is still back doing FTC things. They're still trying to stop, trying to stop the ABK deal. And they would definitely bring, if they announced it, well, this game is exclusive to, the Blade is exclusive to Xbox, blah, 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 in Game Pass, then the FTC will have more ammunition to try to use to try to stop this. I think it's still dead in the water, but the point of the matter is that they want to be done with the FTC altogether. So these are strategies, and smart strategies at the end of the day. Like, this game is, like I said at the beginning of the show, 3 years, the lease is 3 years before this game will be released on Xbox or out in the wild. So at the least 3 years. So why do anybody need to care about it being exclusive now? Except for those out there that wants to paint a narrative to where they can start talking bad about the game before the game comes out.
So isn't this further proof? Isn't this further proof of the Xbox tax? The fact that Microsoft just announced a superhero game for their system. They didn't even say that it's for theirs, but what did the media and everybody else on social media run about, complain about? Oh, it's coming to PlayStation, right? It's coming to PlayStation, right? They don't want to even think about the fact that it is made by an Xbox studio, Bethesda Arcane Leon. They don't understand that it's by Microsoft, and they always want to think that, hey, it's going to come to PlayStation. So this is further proof that not only everyone else around the world, but also the media themselves, there's this Xbox tax. And this can be used as ammunition to go ahead and prove this to the people, the naysayers out there that says there is no Xbox tax.
Right. No, I mean, it's just that simple. Okay. So, I mean, but let me go ahead and make my point about the positive, and then we can get into the negative.
I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Just one last thing. I'm gonna say this. If you want to play Blade, buy an Xbox.
Facts.
Plain and
Facts.
Or a PC.
Facts. I don't have no doubt in my mind this game is going to be exclusive, and it's just like what Ham said. If it's not,
if you want to play Spider-Man, buy a PS5.
Buy a PlayStation. Yeah, right now you cannot play that game anywhere else but on PlayStation. That's fine, right? Like
it's
set this
coming
tone.
to PC. We all know it's coming.
Yeah, but when? We don't have a date. We don't have anything. Why the media don't ask of when this game is going to come out for PC players? They don't give a shit about PC players.
You know why?
Well, no, I know that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so even if you say that there's no Xbox tax, there is a bias of some sort that's outside of Nintendo and Sony. Like, I mean, in PlayStation, it is evident. Like, why is nobody out here clamoring for PC gamers to have Spider-Man when PC gamers have the other two previous Spider-Man games from Insomniac, right? Like it doesn't have to be about Xbox. It can be about everything.
It's like why are you saying you want Blade on PlayStation when Xbox doesn't have Spider-Man?
Right. Facts.
Exactly.
And you know Wolverine is only going to be on PlayStation.
Exactly.
Until they eventually decide to put it on PC. So it does blow my mind to see it. But for my positives, of course, I sit there and went off of my the apps. No. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm over here messing around with my TV. I was not trying to do that because I have my TV as my third monitor. Okay, let's get there. All right, let's get back to it. All right, there we go. There we go. So for me, the positives, of course, was I thought, and I agreed, this was Jeff Keighley's best show. I've been watching the video game awards from Jeff Keighley ever since he was on Spike TV, and he had Samuel L. Jackson as his guest as his major guest before when it was just Jeff Keighley announcing it himself. But when he really actually tried to push it, that he had Samuel L. Jackson as his host for 2 years in a row on Spike TV.
That's when Sam Jackson snakes on a plane.
right. You know what I'm saying? Samuel don't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Samuel L. Jackson, right? He was like, shit, you paying? I'll go ahead and I'll jump in. I don't know when my last dollar on my last meal gonna be, so I'm gonna take all this paper. Shout out to him. But yeah, this was definitely the best showing. I do, of course, will give my negatives later. But I just thought that gaming was in good hands. There was so many. I said this on Ham's show last night. I said gaming practices might not be in the best hands. It's because we just don't know. But gaming itself is in a real good spot. Like, there is so much content for any and everybody. A game that really I'm trying to get my wife into gaming. You know what I'm saying? She's into mobile gaming like crazy, but I'm trying to get her into gaming. So that one game, it was the musical game. I forget the actual name of it now. But
Rush?
No, the musical game. I'm not talking. No, sucker. I'm talking about the game that they showed that was like a Disney-like game. What was that? Harmonium? I think it was Harmonium.
It was Harmonium.
Yeah, Harmonium
with the deaf girl.
The deaf girl, yeah. And that would be something like, because my wife loved Disney stuff, things like that. And even though that wasn't a Disney game, but and that blew my mind because you don't see games like that, you know? And so I was just kind of like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? Like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, this is just different. And I just thought that was spectacular. Of course, Zodius, seeing Matthew McConaughey get out there. This game has a Mass Effect type of feel to it. I can't tell you how excited I am for the Black Myth. I'm telling you, man, that looks like that might be the best action game of all time. Every clip that they show of that game, barring, of course, if the game, the gameplay plays well. Every clip that they show to that game of Black Myth, that game looks absolutely incredible. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like, I cannot wait. And then it finally gets a date. I'm hoping a lot of people will jump on board with First Descent. First Descent looks great. I played the hell out of it when it had the beta. I mean, it was just like what everybody else I think so far has been saying. There's so much to talk about. Like the new Moon, the Moon Studios game that looked good. Even the game that was that from the producer that from the developers that made No Man's Sky, that game looked fun. That game looked good. So I don't know, like, of course, showing Dragon Ball Z, the content that they were showing from Guilty Gear Strive, all of that. Like, I mean, there's just so much stuff. Like, I'm finna go through it and look at some more of this stuff right here because there was just so much content, and right there that just tells you that gaming is in a good place because there's so much there. So that's the positive on my end. I thought the show was well paced, in my opinion, except for a certain part where we'll talk about the negative, which we'll get into that right now. But yeah, and you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on with you? As my girl is saying right here, Twitter has been a dumpster fire today. Yes, sir. I hope you can come back onto the show sometime. We definitely miss you. We need your expertise to come back. We got to get you back on sometime to talk to us. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's always good that you coming through saying what's up to us in the chat and all that. But okay, so the bad stuff, the negative. I'm going to go to you on this one. Let me go on to you on this one, Ham Solo. The negative, the stuff about the show that you were just like, nah, man, this ain't it. This ain't it at all.
Now, we'll start out with, telling us like the show starts at 7:30, and then like an extra half hour of just a whole lot of not a lot. I mean, it was pretty cool seeing Metaphor in there. And like Persona.
See, that was other games. There's so much stuff that I'm forgetting.
But yeah, it was just kind of a weird build up to the show. Then when the show started off, I thought it was pretty good. Christopher Judge came out, cracked a joke, a little disrespectful. I thought it was a little funny. At the same time, I was just like,
yeah, it was funny, but trash.
But they made the joke about him being on the stage too long, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then the joke became a reality for everybody else, and it wasn't funny. Like it wasn't funny at all because it was just like, sure, you let this other guy be up here for like 10, 15 minutes this last time, but anybody that comes up got like 60 seconds almost, like maybe a minute and a half is what it felt like. And some of them people had a couple people come into the stage just to say something. And they were so eager to turn on the music every single time somebody came up there to say something.
Right.
So I didn't like that. And then on top of that being a thing, I felt like it was weird that they were okay with like the Gonzo thing being like 5, 6, 7 minutes, but then they had problems. And then to make matters a little bit worse is this is the Game Awards, so we're supposed to really showcase the people that won. And in a year where the developers have been getting kind of pushed around, right? I feel like we need to stop doing this thing that he does and he's done this for the last few years, where he'll have like 6 or 7 different awards and he'll just shoot through them like you barely even remember what just happened or who got what award. And I think it'd be a little bit more respectful to at least keep it somewhere on the screen, kind of like a ticker or something like this. This award went to this person. This award went to this. Just like at the end, of the end of a Saturday, a long day of football, the ticker is full of who won. Right. And you're just like, oh, okay. That's nice. That's good. That's a good reminder. But I felt like the way he breezed through that, to me, it was almost like a showcase that happened to have awards in it than an award show that happened to have trailers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The award part was an afterthought. The people that made the games were rushed, and some of the people that made these games got 5 seconds of recognition, and then it was off to the next thing. and I just thought that was kind of weird. Another thing that I didn't really love was I didn't feel like they spread it out some of those Japanese games very well.
So you was agreeing with what
Because
Sir
like,
X-Man was saying, huh?
oh yeah, 100%.
Mm.
Sir X Man said it first last night, and today I'm gonna say it first because he stole it from me last night.
Oh, okay.
Um, but yeah, I just felt like there was a moment where I was like, did I just is this the same trailer or
Oh,
is this a
wow.
different game? Like it got to be kind of like
Uh,
that a little bit, and I don't know. Japanese games are gonna do Japanese games, and I don't have to like every single thing that's shown at these award shows.
right.
So it just kind of is what it is at the end of the day. Um, the award show was definitely longer than I anticipated. I'm
Yeah,
not
it
sure if I
was.
liked that or didn't like it. It's kind of like a middle spot for
Some of
that
the
because
content that they showed, I'm all for it.
right. I mean, I would have been okay to add another like 15 minutes on there if they would have just allowed the people to finish talking, right?
Facts. Yeah.
Like if you're gonna have that long of a show anyways, you might as well just give the people the floor, and or at least like just I don't know how much warning they have before. I'm sure they have some sort of warning, like hey, you got to make it kind of brief. You got like 2 minutes or something like that. But it felt like they started counting as soon as they got out of their seats.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
that's when it felt like the counter really started. So that was kind of weird to see. But all around, I mean, I gotta give Jeff Keighley a hand on this showcase. As much as I'm dogging certain areas and certain aspects of it, this was probably the better or best showcase, including even awards. I just wish there was a little bit more time and delicacy treated to the people that made the stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I wish certain things were placed better and made more sense. So there's 100% room to improve. I feel like you should acknowledge every video game that comes out in that year, or else it's not really a game award, it's a popularity contest. Um, which I'm not exactly for. I mean, we all don't like, when governments get to voting, and then you hear there's a scandal, and then oh my goodness, are all these votes legit and stuff like that. It seems like that when you purposely hold somebody from being able to advance,
Yeah.
right? Like, and I'm talking about Hogwarts, not Starfield. Right? I'm talking about Hogwarts. Like to me, like even if you're gonna keep a game of that caliber off, I feel like it's just way disrespectful
Right.
to
Yeah.
pretend it didn't even exist.
Right.
Like, I mean, love it or hate it, I felt like in a year like this where people are getting fired left, right, and center, like there should have been some acknowledgement to, hey, we see you, although we couldn't exactly have you here with us today. You guys did a great job. Let's go to the next thing. Like just like 10 seconds of just, hey, you acknowledged them. And this doesn't have to be a big mystery because everybody knows why they're not there. Just, hey, you guys did a great job. The person that you guys got the IP from, I don't have a whole lot to say about, and the awards didn't want to have to speak on it. But you guys did an awesome job. No harm, no foul, in my opinion. I'm sure somebody would dig up something to have a problem with. Oh, you shouldn't even mention that. Yeah, whatever, man. But to me, this was supposed to be a representation of gaming as a whole,
Mhm.
and mixed with the people losing their jobs this year, controversy around a type of game being made or an IP being used. I feel like there was a lot of skating around the edges and not really trying to stir up or keep it real at all. We're still in like we went into it in La La Land and we came out of it in La La Land. Reality is just kind of just floating around somewhere else.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I guess I'll say mine right now. Since I'm over here now,
Everybody
since
turned off their cameras. Damn.
Yeah, everybody turn off their cameras, man. Everybody wants to eat or look ugly, sitting in their drawers, man. Y'all nasty bastards.
No,
But
my computer's
yeah, no, no,
allowing me
no,
to
no,
do
no.
that. I'm using
I
my
know,
phone.
I know. I'm
Listen,
just.
I'm being one of the blue people right now, okay? Leave me alone, okay, K Mega?
That man don't want to look like Ham with his mouth open over here concentrating whatever he was playing earlier. I got you. But no, since we over here looking at it, negative PlayStation showing, awful. I'm tired of people trying to sugarcoat what's going on. 2023 is PlayStation's worst year ever. I don't think anybody can argue with me that. Their showing was abysmal. They keep talking about these super shows. They talked about them for the last 2 years, but definitely in 2023, and 2023 was nothing. Was nothing. When you show the great God of War, and all you can give the mighty Kratos is a survival mode, and not a true DLC.
A roguelike.
Phooey. Get that trash out of here.
And it's wild, right? Because it's
trash.
I'm happy that they did it for free at least, right?
Oh yeah, no, they had no choice. You think? Come on now, they can't.
And I see what you're saying, because you're saying that they gave it to you for free because it's so bare minimum, right?
Right. Excuse me.
I get it. I
I
get that, and I said that earlier. In fact, that like if Sony could have charged for it, they would have. But instead, they just want to keep you busy right now, so they gave you something. And they did the same thing, kind of, in my opinion, with The Last of Us Part 2 that's coming out. It's gonna be like there's like a survival mode on it now, and like it's a little copy and pasty. And it's like, how can we keep you kind of busy for a little bit? Because March is coming, and that's when Rise of the Ronin, and I think they're expecting big numbers with
Final
Rise
Fantasy.
of the Ronin.
Well, Final Fantasy comes out in February. Yeah.
Final Fantasy. Can't forget about that juggernaut there, right?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, other than like if we're just looking first party, that thing is like tumbleweed after tumbleweed right now, going across a dusty road.
Dark is over here ready to sign over his PlayStation card, man.
Send the contract. Send the contract.
Oh my God.
We got it right here, baby. We got it right here. This is right. Let's go. We putting it to the end. Let's go right here. Let me.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got that ass. Anyway, but no, another negative was of course. Now, it wasn't the negative about because Chris Judd did a joke. He read it off the prompter. I don't know if he said I wanted to do that or if that was the writers, whatever the case may be. And then, like what Dark said, look, you got to have thick skin, right? But it still was tasteless, especially for the point that you made, Ham, about you're going to talk about the time limit of the single player of Call of Duty, but then yet you're going to cut all these people off to the point to where you're seeing that I have not seen people go after Jeff Keighley like they did, or the VGAs like they did. Like, I don't know if you saw those tweets, but that was some serious stuff. Like, there were some people that was pretty damn upset with them, the way that they were the way that they were cutting people off, not having their time, right? So
yeah.
It
was upsetting, and it's a legit concern.
Right? No, it was
because he uses the platform a lot to say how much we need to care about developers and stuff like that. And when you try to use that and fly with it, and then you have the developers there, and you're cutting them off because you need to go talk to Gonzo, or you need to give the star that happens to be here, Matthew McConaughey, plenty of time to speak, or you need Christopher Judge to explain himself for last year.
Right.
It's just like, I don't know. It just leaves a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth.
Yeah,
it really does, especially with the things that are going on with Epic. What happened with Unity? Unity is bleeding right now. Naughty Dog, Destiny, Bungie is absolutely tragic right now. So it's just like, you see this happen across the industry, and you have the person that's championed development saying, your time's up, get off stage. Your time's up, get off the stage. Your time's up, get off the stage. It's just not a good look.
No, it wasn't a good look at all. Another disappointment thing for me was, like you said, because you said this last night, and I was thinking the same thing of how, and this might have been the first time that we've seen this in recent memory for, I would say, the last maybe 8 to 10 years, or at least last 7 years. Nintendo games getting pushed around. There was a chance that, and Dark even said this, that Alan Wake 2 could have won Game of the Year. It was like between Baldur's Gate, and people did still acknowledge Zelda, but nobody acknowledged, even though Wonder won games, but Wonder did not look like it was in the place that it needed to be for Game of the Year. Like, that throw-in was trash. On top of the throw-in for Resident Evil 4 remake. Those two games being added into the Game of the Year was so egregious and so pathetic that it also made me think of just like, this is what you if you don't get pushback for this for a year that had all these great games, and then you gonna double dip on Nintendo when people that's even beat Wonder has said it's a great game, but it does not belong with such a strong slate of games. This was the perfect time for every game from the big three to have some representation, and you would not do that. You didn't have to put Starfield in there. You could have put Hi-Fi Rush in there. But all three, if you was trying to avoid the console war, then you would have put a representation from each game because it was that stellar this year. And to not put that in there, and to not put in Hogwarts Legacy, which that's the game that I'm more upset with than anything, is just a testament of how nobody can ever look at your show seriously when it comes to nominations. Now, of course, for the people who win those awards, yes, it means something to them. But then when they are up there and they're trying to acknowledge something, and then they get cut off, when somebody's trying to say something that's real, that they're trying to give out their excitement, and they're trying to let you know of their reasoning of why they're trying to make this game or why they made that game, and you cut them off, you put the music on their ass. That was just inexcusable. And then last but not least for me was the crowd. The crowd was absolutely garbage. And that could be because it's just mostly industry. A lot of people could have been nervous because they were waiting there. Maybe, there was, anxiety because they wanted to win or whatever the case may be. But it seemed snooty. It seemed just like, ew, like, oh my God, I don't even want to be here, but I just want to win these accolades for myself and not cheer on anything. And then when you see this game right here, OD, and when they showed the Xbox logo, the crowd gasped. And then, like, for other stuff that Xbox was showing that was amazing, the crowd was absolutely quiet. So when you got all these people that says there's no Xbox tax, there's no Xbox bias, what the hell are you talking about? Like, the crowd was so lifeless. Why don't you get some people that are real gamers to get out there and stand up, that get into the back of the auditorium, that yells it and cheers for everything because they love gaming? That part to me, I thought was the most egregious, is that there was some stuff that, because you had, like you said, Anthony Mackie was out there trying to be a comedian. The guy that played as Shang-Chi was trying to be a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Other people was trying to come out there and get the crowd into it, but they were so fucking snooty that it just came off as a bunch of whatever people want to label them. And it looked tragic, in my opinion. Those are the main things for me that was just absolutely the worst. So let me go to you, Viper, on this one. What was the worst stuff for you, brother?
So I'm gonna piggyback off of the pushing people off stage thing. Because the fact is that let's start with the first guy that got an award, the Baldur's Gate guy, the guy who played one of the characters on Baldur's Gate. Now he was trying to do a heartfelt speech, and then all of a sudden the music starts to come on. He tries to push through it and give the heartfelt speech, and then at the end, you hear how Jeff Keighley says, "Oh, that was nice, short and sweet," trying to make a joke about it.
Right.
That was very tasteless. Like it was horrible what they did. And then come to find out that at the end, when Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year, they were actually trying to say, "Oh, and we also have it on Xbox tonight." But yet Jeff Keighley kind of forced them off and they couldn't say that. So it's like you want to make sure that your stuff gets put on there, but you don't want to hear from the developers. You want to dick ride Kojima so damn much.
Man, that was a time waster right there for sure.
Exactly. You dick ride Kojima so damn much. I don't care if he's your best friend, if he's your brother, if he's your mother, your sister, whatever. The fact that you are letting your personal preferences in there before the industry like you claim that you want to focus on, that's a problem. I understand Kojima is a developer or the head of a
Yeah, he's
of his
one of the
company.
best developers in the game, no doubt. But yeah,
Right. But at the same time, I thought you're supposed to give everybody equal billing.
right. Facts.
And then all these musical acts aren't even necessary. Like that Alan Wake musical act, seriously? Really? Nobody really cared about Alan Wake dancing. Nobody cared. So, I mean, the fact is, they could kind of cut out the musical acts a little bit. Like even the stuff with Lung for Hellblade, I understand that was part of the act to
Yeah,
show
yeah.
Hellblade off, but that could be cut out too.
Well, no,
It could be.
if they're going to announce a game, I think that that's perfect, in my opinion.
I mean,
But
I like
yeah,
Lung because Lung has actually good music, but at the same time, to
I
be
think
fair,
if it's related to a game announcement or something like that, like with the Final Fantasy thing, I thought that was fine. I had no problem with that either. Did you have a problem with that?
I did.
Okay.
I still
Okay.
had a problem with it. I mean,
Okay.
I'm being fair all around because
Okay.
the fact is, if we're gonna focus on the people, the developers, and then the people that are the actors and things like that, if we want to keep it fair, give them equal billing, and so that way they have enough time to say what they've got to say. I would say let people speak for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Give them that much, and
I
let
see
them
what
say. Go ahead.
I see what Viper. No, I was saying I see what you're saying though. It's just like I'm okay with you having all those music things, but if it's cutting into the time that people get to accept their reward,
Exactly.
I
then you
agree.
need to
Exactly.
cut
Yeah, I agree with that.
something out, or you need to make those songs shorter, or something like that.
Or do a
Like,
medley.
yeah, if it's cutting into the reason we're here tonight, like it, it's just kind of
True.
it doesn't make any sense, right?
Mhm.
It just doesn't. So, but like I find it ironic that Keeley says stuff like, "Oh, I don't want it to be like the Grammys," but then you see what happened last night, and it's like
Right.
that couldn't be any
Exactly.
closer
Yeah.
to the Grammys than
Yep.
ever.
Facts. Facts.
So like it's
Facts.
I feel like Keeley, like I don't think that he himself, like if I was sitting in the same room as Jeff Keeley and we both had to be there, I'm sure we could have a decent conversation, right? But like I feel like he's not really the most people person.
He's
And if he
not.
could surround himself with people of his own stature, he's more comfortable with that, especially within the last few years of what's been going on at his shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think it's a mixture of him being skittish, wanting to provide and make some people happy, but he's not willing to follow through on everything all at once. He'll give you something better than last year, but he took away a little bit. It's kind of like a little plus and minus.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know how he can fix it. Other than, just and see, it's hard to say that he should do this stuff because I know in the reality he's not. Because at the end of the day, he knows where his, bread gets buttered.
Right.
Right? He knows what needs to be there to make the most amount of money. And I think that's really the end goal, right? Is to make money and make sure these other people that are funding this event get as much money as possible and, try to help be a big part of the industry and whatnot. But I I think sometimes some people are so out or so beyond or like grew so big that they don't remember what it's like
Maybe.
for the
Yeah.
average viewer that's
Yeah.
sitting there like, this doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense to him. He's on stage and he's like, I'm killing this shit right now, and everybody's just like, what are you doing?
hmm
No, I totally agree with that. Viper, you got anything else?
Yeah. So not only try to make it fair for everyone, but let's also talk about the nominations. We already called you out on a few of them. You kept them in there, and you wanted to double down, triple down on it, act like you didn't make a mistake, and give us bullshit answers as to, oh, independent can mean whatever you think it means. Bullshit.
Right. Right.
A remake
Yeah.
being nominated for Game of the Year that is atrocious.
Very much so. 100%
Have a
true.
remake category on its own. Remake of the Year. Because Sony is going to do a ton of remakes. And since you love Sony so much, why don't you just make a category specifically for Sony? Okay? While you're at it, how about this? You can say best PlayStation game, best Xbox game, best Nintendo game, best PC game. Have those four categories. And then when we have Game of the Year, cool. Now nobody's going to be left out. There's a way to make stuff fair. And what I see with Keeley and a lot of these industry voters, shall we say, they're not making it fair. Because just like we said earlier, there is a bias, there is a tax. The fact is, they want what they want to win, and that's it. You got to look at the people who are voting on this, the people that are watching this show, the audience members. We're watching this. We're also voting as well. If you don't want us to vote, then don't give us that opportunity to vote. But if we're voting, give us the things that we asked for. And a lot of the stuff we didn't ask for. So they need to fix the Game Awards, like completely revamp it, because there's some things there that need to be removed, and there's some things that need to be switched around, or some things that need to be added. Because right now, Jeff Keighley, he's still pissing off a lot of people, even though a lot of people are praising him for the great show he had. But the only reason why he had the great show was because there were so many great trailers that came in.
Yeah, the third party in Xbox saved the day.
Exactly. So many, because of the trailers, that's what made it such a great show. But the fact is that if you really want it to be a much greater show and don't have to rely on the trailers, then be fair, revamp it, change the things that I mentioned, and then I can guarantee you everybody comes out happy. Get rid of the damn bias for the 120 media outlets out there. Get rid of the damn bias and make sure that you give people a fair shake. The fact that Hogwarts never got any nominations whatsoever.
That's
That
a
is
damn
wrong.
shame. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. And then this is what another thing too that I mean, I'm sure that they will work on a continuance, right? For that franchise. But what does that say now when you look at the prestige of the awards? If Hogwarts 2, whatever that'll be called, outdoes everything else that comes out that year when that game comes back, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, what will that look like if that game is in the top 5 of single player games that year? And let's just say it was a stacked year, just like 2023, with so many other games that just fell beyond its under its wake, right? Like, what does that say to the video game awards at that point? Your thoughts.
First of all, it already tells me that it's all based on Metacritic. That's because if you look at
I don't agree with that. Hold on now. I got to push back on that because Death Stranding, which was an 82 or 83 meta, and also Ghost of Tsushima was an 83 meta.
Right.
So that has nothing. I mean, that makes no sense if you're going to say that, right? Like,
well, no, because this year is pretty evident that it's the games that were the high scores in Metacritic. Those are the ones that were nominated for Game of the Year.
Okay, I got you.
So the thing is, they're using different metrics every single year. Like one year, which year was it that almost every single game was a Sony PlayStation game that was Game of the Year? That was in a nomination for Game of the Year. Was it 19? Was it 21? Was it 20? Because I remember there was a year where it was like almost 3 or 4 games were PlayStation exclusive games. You remember which year it was? I'll give you guys time to look it up. But the fact is, there was that when that was happening. And then, of course, now this year, it was all about the Metacritic score. They were all high scores in Metacritic. Another year, it could be whatever it is, whatever arbitrary thing that they choose to be nominated as Game of the Year. But the problem is they don't have a standard. That's the problem. Until they've come up with a standard of the nominations, we're never going to get this thing changed. That's the unfortunate part there. And so, I mean, to answer your question, it's just pure bullshit. They're just not going to fix this. He doesn't want to fix it. Even though in like common sense would tell you what you need to do to fix it, he's not going to listen. He's got his nose stuck so far up his own ass that he doesn't give a damn about anybody else. So, I mean, until we get somebody different to do the Game Awards and come up with a new vision of it, the stuff is still going to keep going on, and we're going to still have some complaints about this.
I really don't think that anybody else cares that much like Keighley does. And listen, I don't want to berate Jeff Keighley because I respect the man's work ethic and things like that. But then, like a person that I know, a good guy that was there, you know what I'm saying? My boy, you know what I'm saying, Xbox Junkie. This is what he said. He says, K-Mega, go next year. He says, you'll see the industry elitism on display. You will see that the nag gobbling by influencers, star guzzlers, and Hollywood wannabes that get invited. Bro, like I get it. You can tell by the way that those people were reacting and acting in the crowd that hold on, turn it down. That nobody cared enough to be there, but only just for their face to maybe shown or to sit there and to get themselves to the next level of of their content creating or whatever. Another thing too that I've seen that a lot of people got upset about was the YouTuber that announced Game of the Year. A lot of developers and people that was in the industry hated it. They thought that was a slap in the face for anybody that's in game development. Now, I don't know. What's your guys' thought about that? Like, I mean, does that seem like that was a slap?
That was Timothy Chalamet's YouTube channel. That's Timothy Chalamet. Did you know that?
The white dude that was talking about Game of the Year?
Yeah, that's Timothy Chalamet.
I don't know who that
Wonka in the new Wonka movie.
Oh, that is him. That's right. That is him. I knew he looked familiar, but I didn't know who the hell he was. I don't know. There's very few people that has millions of subs and that I even care to watch. Not to say that I don't care enough, to be disrespectful. I'm not that. I'm just saying, like, there's just so many content creators out there that I have no idea who they are. But yeah, that's why I know that I've seen him before.
Timothy Chalamet doesn't do YouTube anymore. So
he doesn't do it anymore.
He doesn't do YouTube,
but he used to. But
they said that as a joke, though.
Well, no,
right.
but the only reason why I'm mentioning it is because there was quite a few developers that were pissed off that he was announcing the Game of the Year. I didn't know. Like I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I knew where I seen him from was from the new Willy Wonka. You know what I'm saying?
So
you know what I'm saying? Trailer.
Do you think that the people who wins Game of the Year, you think they're the ones that should announce the next year's Game of the Year nominees?
That or
that's the way
another prominent developer that's respected throughout the industry, like a Corey Balrog or somebody from the Coalition, or you had Druckmann that was already there that received the award for the TV series. Something like that, but that's what it sounded like that those people. Because I would need to go to look at it and try to find it again for where I seen it. But that's what I think I posted one from where one of the developers were all upset about it and posted it on in the DMs. But there were more that I seen throughout the night and day. Like damn, like I haven't seen people come out like that, especially within the industry, like they did against Keely's show. Like I said, I thought this was Keely's best show, but there was a lot of people that were very upset with some of the ways that people were mistreated and things like that. So I don't know.
I could see that, right? I mean, like you think of like a Heisman presentation or something like that, where and it'd be weird if like I don't know, Sean Connery came on stage to give somebody the Heisman trophy. It's like
right.
It's like it's cool you're here, but where does this correlate?
Right. Yeah, I got you. Okay. So, all right. So, Sir X, but is there anybody else? I know Sir X Man he didn't say what he was upset about or not upset about.
I didn't.
Okay, and you didn't either. Okay.
I haven't said anything.
All right, because I want to try to get to that. I know, but I want to try to get to this last topic before we get out of here.
Here
about Bungie. Sir X Man, what was the disappointing thing for you for the Jeff Keighley show for the VGA?
I said it yesterday.
Well, you gotta say it louder because I didn't hear because we can't hear it.
Again.
That man's outside, boy. He's outside.
Say it with your chest, man.
Yeah, man. He's speaking from the upper room.
The upper room.
Way too many Japanese titles.
Way too Japanese titles. I mean, so Japanese games Asian games should not be represented or shown. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I don't mind that.
No, that's not what he's saying.
I know.
That's not, that's not a big deal. But there were so many, dude. I was like, I've never seen that many Japanese games at an award or even a game show. There were a lot, and they look good. Don't get me wrong, they look good. It was
like Visions of Mana looked beautiful. What are you talking about, sucker?
I didn't say they didn't look good. I was just saying there was a healthy amount of them. Just more than I was used to ever seeing, But it's no big deal. It is what it was. Other than that, I mean, like I said, the show moved there to bring a decent pace, but the only problem also had, like everybody talks about, they didn't let the developers get a chance to talk. That was my disappointment. You know, I don't mind the timer, but Jesus Christ, dude, if I could shit some of my friends up like that and they stop talking, I'd be a happy person. But other than that, it wasn't bad. It was just too long, and I think it was too bloated for what they were doing.
Bloated for gaming content? Man, what? Okay.
3 hours long? Come on.
Yes, because they had plenty of content. Like, I'm still showing content from the show while we're talking. Like, it was that much content. Like, it was fantastic to see. So,
but you gotta admit, some of those categories that they had, like, don't
Esports
really.
Game of the Year,
yeah, no,
Esports Coach of the Year, Esports Team of the Year.
Yeah, things that. I mean, like, best, what do you call it? Best game showing or something like that. I couldn't get the category right.
Here's the thing that I think Sir X Man's probably trying to say. If you're not gonna bring the person up on stage to get the award, don't even bother with the damn category.
because you get that in music, in movies all the time. Come on, guys. Now y'all nitpicking. Stop that. Stop that. Stop
Just
it.
like Ham Solo said earlier, you rush through those things and we don't know what the hell we just saw. At least put a damn ticker at the bottom of the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same thing. Don't rush through it like it's, oh, this is just something we got to do.
Yeah,
if you ain't gonna bring them on stage, then shit, get rid of it.
But nah, it is what it was, man. But I hope he learns a lot from what he did this.
It seems like he has to adjust every show. He's almost getting there, but you know what I'm saying. But I mean, this was his best showing in my opinion. So, as y'all are seeing this Hellblade trailer, which I will roll back again because this is just greatness, pure, absolute greatness. Go ahead, Sir X-Man.
We talked about this before, okay, nigga, on a few award shows. I don't think he should host the show. I know he produces it, he can come on sometime, but I think you should get another person to host the show. Somebody that doesn't have that type of. I'm sorry, Jeff Keighley has dry humor. He is not fun. He doesn't know how to do it. You need to get like a celebrity every year, like they do with the Oscars and a lot of other award shows, to host the show every year. That is my thought on that. I'm done with it. Move on.
Okay, excellent. See if that's okay. So, who was that? Dark Optimus. What was the most disappointing for you for the VGAs?
I'm gonna be very harsh on this one.
Okay.
People are probably not gonna like it, but it's too fucking long. It's too fucking long. 2 hours tops. Maybe 2 hours and a half. Too long. The esports bullshit. They don't fucking make games. Stop showing these motherfuckers. They don't fucking make any games. They don't do any of that shit.
I feel you on that one.
They don't do any of it. They don't do none of it.
Give the ticket.
They don't deserve anything. Content creator of the year, all they do is just sit on their fucking ass and play games and do shit like that.
We're content
Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Ticker. I agree. Put us on the ticker.
That's dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
They can get rid of freaking they can get rid of the long speeches. They can get rid of the long speeches, but they should give the devs time to at least get out what they need to say. Like, at least give them a, you know, a minute and a half, 2 minute maybe, long speech. You know, keep it flowing, keep it going. I mean, this was definitely his best showing, to be honest. The any of the awards that they don't actually like give, they don't actually like bring out a person to do the, don't put it in the show. Don't put it in the show. What's the point of putting it in a show if it's not even, if they're not even gonna give them the award? Like, that's just so stupid. Like, you're not gonna show that, like, RPG of the year. They didn't even give them the award or anything. They just were just like, yep, Baldur's Gate 3 won. And it's just like, okay, like, what was the point of that? What was the point of showing that? And stop bringing in stupid ass freaking music acts. Stop it. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. That is so stupid, man. Like why are you doing music in this? Like that's so stupid. I hate that. Like, stop it. Like, we don't give two F's about freaking music in the show. We care about them in the games, yes, absolutely. Actually, they should have a better selection of music, like, nominations for people who make music for video games. They don't have that.
Right.
He needs to do that. Because there are a lot of hardworking people who make the music for these games, and they don't get any recognition at all.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, just stop giving these people freaking a spotlight who nobody gives a flying crap about. Like, these freaking content creators and freaking esports and bullcrap. These people just play video games. They don't make them. Stop it. You want to celebrate the industry. Celebrate the people who actually make this stuff. Work their asses off to make this stuff for us.
Yeah.
Stop it. And make the damn show shorter, man. Stop making
man.
it fucking 3.5 hours, 4 hours long. Get the hell out of here, bullshit.
Good for a show with as much content, man. Stop, you old grumpy bastard.
I like that they're showing. You know, game trailers and stuff. I like that they're showing game trailers and stuff.
Mhm.
But if you're gonna make a 3-hour show, at least like give the developers time to talk. Don't put any of these freaking bull crap freaking music performances that nobody gives a crap. Like, at the end, doing the Game Awards orchestra is fine with the whole, you know, announcing the nominees for Game of the Year. That's fine.
Yeah, nobody needs to see Sam Lake dance though.
Yeah, nobody sees to see that dude freaking dancing, man. Get out of here with that shit.
Like to me that was cute, but it's like that's a before the show kind of thing.
Right, yeah, no, I agree.
I don't need to
And
see
I'm
that
just
in the
like,
middle of hype.
honestly, and they don't even need. They do not need that damn stupid pre-show either. They don't need that. I understand Cindy Goodman brings in a lot of attention and stuff like that because she's pretty or whatever.
Yeah,
get her ass out of here.
Sit there and let her host. You know what I'm saying? Let that nice looking woman go ahead.
Or let her host at least. Like, get Jeff Keighley off the damn stage.
Well, no, Jeff Keighley wants to be seen. He put his money behind it. He wants it. Yeah, he gotta be seen.
Stop freaking bringing. I understand that you're friends with Kojima, but stop bringing him to the show. Like, he does. We've seen him every single show, every single time every single year we see Kojima.
Every year.
The only year that we didn't see Kojima was when Konami said you can't go to the show. That's the only time we never see Kojima. And I'm just like, bro, I understand he's got a new game coming. to the Xbox. I get that he's working with Jordan Peele, which is awesome. You know, like I get that. But if you're gonna give him his shine, but not give the rest of these people their shine that deserve it, that's wrong, man. That's just wrong. Because who was it? It was that guy that was the guy who won for best acting, best performance in a game for Baldur's Gate 3. He had a great speech, but he got cut off way too soon.
Yeah, way too soon.
And I'm just like, man, Jeff, stop bringing Muppets on your freaking show. Please stop bringing Muppets on your show.
Animal was everybody loved the Animal last
The Animal
year.
one was cool.
Yeah,
but
so
Gonzo, really, no one gives a shit about Gonzo.
I like Gonzo.
Nobody even.
I like Gonzo.
Nobody
I
even.
like Gonzo.
Yeah, that's because you are a Gonzo. That's why.
That's fine. I'll be Gonzo. I like Gonzo.
I
like
it with
Gonzo.
that nose.
With that nose, man.
That's all right. Yeah.
That hoof of a nose that you have.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
But yeah, man. I mean, honestly, like outside of all that stuff, the show was actually decent this year.
Okay, so here's that game that we were talking about earlier. The game from when the guy talked about his father, Tales of the Khazara. I'll play it back again. It looks great.
See, that game looked good.
It looked great.
Yeah.
Like it reminded me of
Black
Prince of Persia.
Black
and
Panther.
I'm all about that. Yeah, and it has a Black
reminded me
Panther
of
type
Black
of vibe of that.
Panther.
Oh yeah, and it's only $18 pre-order right now. So that's fantastic.
Really?
I'm definitely going to support.
Wow.
Yeah, only $18. So yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. I guess you guys, some of you guys are cranky old bastards for real. All right, so
I'm not being
Shoot,
cranky
you know what? I thought
old.
that was like Ori.
Man, I'm just saying that he needs to cut that crap down, man. Like, come on.
Well, briefly, let's talk about the Bungie situation before we get out of here. I do. Before we do that, though, I do want to read this from XL Junkie. He said the problem is that you all are expecting a true award show. This isn't that. This is an entertainment event with awards in it. It's false advertising. What he does, really, and that's a fact.
I'm not expecting an actual award show. I'm expecting what I expect, but cut it down.
Yeah,
cut out the bull crap.
The Blue said, "Bring Kermit." You know what I'm saying? I want Miss Piggy. Bring Miss Piggy. You know what I'm saying? For Sir X-Man.
No more Muppets, goddammit. Don't bring no more goddamn Muppets.
Piggy. He wants Miss Piggy.
Muppets, then let them host the show.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying?
If you're gonna do the Muppets, let them host it.
I like the Muppets anyway. Anyway, shut up. Okay, so the Bungie situation. It's now come to report that the layoffs. Now, I don't know if that's an excuse. I don't know if that's going to make you change your thoughts about this, but I do find this pretty damn funny and pretty wild at the same time. While Bungie is laid off people, they said the reasons why they laid off the people that they did is because they want to make sure that they're independent from Sony. Even though Sony gave them the bag, but they said that they still want to remain independent and not have a Sony takeover. So, in your thoughts, and I'm going to go to you on this one, Ham, who's the bad guy here? Is it Bungie or is it Sony? Because this is not a good look at all, but somebody is the main villain here. I'd like to know who you think is the main villain.
Bungie.
Explain, sir.
I'm gonna say Bungie in this one because you got into bed with him. You got into bed with him. You said you came out here saying,
Took them draws off.
I feel like Bungie came in there like the HBIC, right? Thought it was gonna do all that shot calling. Yo. And then they fall flat on their face, right? So then it's like, why should we listen to you? You don't even know what the fuck you doing. You can't even control yourself, and you asking us to take care of you after you done did what you did with Xbox. You done did what you did with Activision.
You're
and now
supposed to
you're
be the
trying to
head,
finesse
the
us,
head,
and we're
the
saying,
head be in charge.
and they're out here trying to finesse PlayStation. PlayStation's like, yo. We ain't nice like Microsoft. And we seen what you did over at Activision, and you ain't gonna do it twice. So we said that, y'all could do y'all thing, but y'all showed that y'all can't do y'all thing without more and more and more assistance. So I think Bungie put themselves into this situation, and if they're looking for anybody to be like, oh, poor Bungie, we said, oh, poor Bungie twice already. We're done saying poor Bungie. At this point, it's like, yo, you done hoed yourself all the way through town. And every time you hoe yourself out, you come right back home with the same argument.
She's a hoe.
Yeah, I mean, so like, yeah, I mean, PlayStation looks like the bad guy because they have to take hold of this. They got to take accountability of it because it's under their umbrella.
Yeah.
So what do you expect them to do? Just be like, oh, here's another rack. Do whatever you want with it. I feel like if this was in Microsoft's hands, we'd be looking at Bungie like, what the fuck? Right?
Oh yeah, no question.
Like not that long ago, everybody was saying, "Oh, this isn't on Microsoft. This is on Arcane for bringing out Redfall how it was." In a sense, like they should have spoke up if they weren't ready. They should have asked for more. They should have demanded more help, is what some people were saying, right? So I'm just saying, keep that same energy with Bungie. Like Bungie walked in the building and told their premier developer that what they was doing was tragic. Think about that for a second. Where was Naughty Dog before Bungie told them what to do? They just came off of their last game that was Game of the Year.
Yep.
And they walk in the door and say, yo, nah, this ain't working. I mean, imagine me going to the soup kitchen downtown, right?
Yeah.
And I already know how to take care of my bills, but I'm taking advice from a bum that ain't never been in a good situation in their life to be able to, because I don't want to disrespect all bums out there. Some people literally lost it all and they put their life in the right spot. So I don't want to just be out here hating on bums, because there are some people that literally that literally just lost it all and just had some bad luck, fell on bad times. But as for those people that are out there that are literally just trying to, let me get as much out of you as I possibly can, and then still come out at the end of the day with no progression. That's what it seemed like with Bungie. Let me try to get what I can out of Sony. Now, I done got what I could out of Microsoft and forced my way out of there. I done got what I could out of Activision, forced my way out of there. And you tried to do that trifecta with the worst person to try to do it with. The least generous person in the building. Actually, you know what? Nintendo might be least nice, less nice.
Oh yeah, Nintendo keeps it.
Even put themselves into that situation.
Right, yeah.
Nintendo
but you're dealing with
nobody.
But PlayStation is Ike Turner right now. Yeah, they'll let it be known.
But PlayStation was like, we need a little bit of saving, and you need a little bit of saving, and we can save each other, right? You know, like P. Diddy said, I got my friends, you got your friends, and we could be friends.
Yeah,
right. Like they came up to Bungie like that, and of course Bungie, they're like, hell yeah, okay, sure,
yeah,
let's do it. And they kept putting their hand out, and
They want that
And,
cheese.
yeah,
They wanted them
PlayStation had
cheese and
to cut
steak
'em
with
off.
that Welch is great. That's what they thought. They was gonna have that night out there at Waffle House. But yeah, no. That Waffle House
Yeah,
gonna cost
man. I
you.
mean, I mean, I know. Usually, I'm on the developer side, but as Loke has said many times on our podcast, past performance teaches you. You know, I'm not saying it word for word like he says, but he says
Right.
past performance pretty much teaches you what you're gonna get in the future.
Right.
And they done shown their past performance several times. I mean, go back and watch a documentary on Bungie. Literally watch a documentary and see how many times they kind of fell apart, scrambled, put stuff together, and it just so happened to be a hit. You can only do that so many times.
That's it.
That's all I gotta say, brother.
All right. Sir X-Man, your thoughts about Bungie, man. What's the deal here, man? Like, who's at fault? Is it Bungie? Is it Sony? Like, this looks real extra messy right here, but it looks like that Bungie's trying to throw the bat signal, but I don't think there's anybody coming.
I got one.
I'm sorry, Jackson. That was funny. Nobody's coming.
I don't think anybody coming, Jack. Go ahead, Sir X-Man.
The deal with the devil, they didn't read the contract very well, and now the bill is coming due, and they all scrambling. That's it. I'm done.
All right. They paid. They sold to the devil, as they said. Okay, Dark Optimist, man. Let me know, man.
Megan,
yes, sir.
Just to throw a little bit of extra on top of that.
Yeah, a little hot sauce. Little icing on cake or some hot sauce on some chicken. Which one? We doing?
Yeah. You know what? Fuck the icing. This is gonna be some hot sauce on the chicken. This is gonna be a little spicy.
This is spicy. All right, let's go.
So like, if this deal goes as foul as it's sounding, we may have whole new leadership at Bungie in return, which means it's almost like another Psygnosis.
Oh my God, no way. You are absolutely right. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, you love the old Psygnosis, but not this Psygnosis. They're not even relevant anymore. I don't even think I know that they're still like making stuff for them. Like Dark can probably point us out, but
up and switched into something else.
Yeah, they're not nowhere near like all them hot games that they used to make in the beginning, putting the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 era, done, cooked.
You'll never see another Colony Wars because of this.
Yeah.
Ever.
Also, speaking of hot, this Mecha Break looks really dope. Looks really dope. If the gameplay will kick back on, but yeah, that game looks really dope. And then to come to find out that that's coming to Xbox as well. Fantastic. Dark, who's at fault here?
Bungie.
Damn, you said that with some vigor. Like you said that with passion.
On the PlayStation, but
he's like,
No.
Okay.
No, because Bungie. How many companies have Bungie been with?
A lot.
When are we gonna stop catering and coddling Bungie?
Well, man, I'm just saying.
Stop it.
Oh my goodness.
Stop coddling Bungie, because you know why? They've been with 4 different companies. At some point, you got to say
they getting around.
There's something wrong with them.
Hey, well, they
Apple,
out.
Microsoft,
Boy,
Activision, now
Bungie must got that good, boy. Because I mean,
there's something wrong with them.
They got that good, man. Because everybody keeps
here's the thing.
Bit.
I almost guarantee they probably saw what Naughty Dog was cooking, and they were like, "No, you can't do that because it's better than what we got."
Don't do that. Don't say that.
I wouldn't doubt it. Bro.
Don't do that.
Because you know why?
Bungie's pedigree is good.
The way that they have acted with all the other companies that they have been under or with, I would not put it past them to
Stop
pull
that.
some bullshit ass crap like that. I wouldn't put it past them. Bungie is not the same Bungie that you guys knew when they were making Halo. They're not the same anymore. They're some other entity that is completely lost all touch on what they're really trying to do is make games instead of being upset with companies because they don't want or being upset with companies because of some sort of situation that they have going on there or whatever. They're not the same anymore. And it's their fault for getting in bed with Sony and Sony being like, I'm sure at some point they're probably going to engulf them at some point. I'm sure they're going to be like, no, you're only making games for us. Period.
Oh yeah. No,
and all those people who were at Bungie, all those people who were at Bungie that were like, oh, we don't want that, they're going to be gone. And Bungie will be a different type of company again. They will reinvigorate themselves. And it's just, I mean...
So this is the end of Bungie as we knew it. Is that what you're trying to say?
It's the end of Bungie as we know it. Absolutely.
As y'all guys watch this fantastic First Descent trailer, I had to play it again. I am so stoked.
Actually, Bungie's been the end of how we... I mean, that's the thing. Every time they moved from companies... From Microsoft to who was it? It was somebody. It wasn't Activision. It was
Activision next.
Yeah, Activision was second. Yeah.
Was it? No, yeah, because they went from Microsoft to independent.
And then to Activision.
And then to Activision.
No, okay. So this is how it goes. First, they were with Apple. Then they went to Microsoft. Then they went independent. Then they went to Activision so they could start Destiny. Then they left Activision and was independent for a while until Sony picked them up.
So it's just, come on, man. Like they haven't been the same since they made Halo. They just haven't.
Destiny is a man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Destiny's a great game. Yes, absolutely. I'm not saying that they don't make great games.
Xbox
I'm just saying that
they're
not the same.
It's the best thing since
It's not. It's really not the best thing.
But here's this, K Mega. They haven't made a smooth experience since Halo.
Exactly. And they haven't.
Ever since Halo, it's been rocky.
How many games have they made? They've only made Halo.
Not that Halo
and
was
Destiny.
smooth. Just the
Halo
release
1 was fantastic. Yeah.
The release of the games were good. It's just, I'm saying, like, there was a crunch to get to
right.
And the problem is people praise them as if they made like 15 different types of games, and they haven't. They've only made Halo and Destiny.
Well, no, they made
Marathon. I know they made Marathon too.
They made something before. They made like one or two things before that.
They made like a Doom-like game too.
Yeah.
It was Marathon.
No, it wasn't Marathon. It was before Marathon.
It was before.
But
Marathon.
they are not. They are not
the same series. It was Durandal is the first game. Marathon was the second game, and then they made a third version of it. So it's 3 different games, 3 games that of the same universe.
Yeah, they're just not this. They're just not that like end all be all type of company like Rockstar or freaking Naughty Dog or even Bethesda or anything like that. They're just like they have problems with them. They have problems with if they keep going from company to company, it's a clear sign that they're the problem and nobody else is the problem. Because apparently it's everybody else's fault why they are the way that they are. Why they had to lay off. It was Sony's fault that you literally heard it. They said, "Oh well, the reason why we laid off people is because we didn't want Sony to take us over." So
That's
they
crazy.
basically saying it's Sony's fault.
Right. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they, like yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
They
like,
ain't even looking at themselves and saying we have a problem.
No, like that's what I'm saying. Like they're sending out the bat signal, but I don't even know if anybody cares anymore. Like nobody's.
No one gives a shit. They're
Batman
like,
looking like
let them die.
Yeah, well, you know.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, walking in the building and telling them that their prized possession, Naughty Dog, isn't good enough, and then fumbling themselves was the worst. It's like calling the
sure.
it's like being hired as the head coach and saying the problem here is the general manager, and you fire the general manager just to have a worse season.
Right.
It's like, wait a second.
It's like Major League. You guys have seen Major League, right?
Yeah.
With Charlie Sheen and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
When
That's a
she
great
was
movie.
when
You're talking about with the glasses, right? With the glasses.
Yeah, with the glasses. When the owner got the Indians, and then she tried to pull some scheme to where they lose, and then they could move to Miami or Tampa or somewhere in Florida. It's the same thing. They just blaming it on everybody else instead of like, it's just they're freaking they ain't the same, man. They're to me they don't even exist anymore to me.
Damn. Wow. Dang. Okay. All right. Well, man, Viper, you're gonna have to close us out on that one. I mean, I am gonna sneak in this last little topic just to get what you guys gonna say before we get out of here, but because I just want to show it. Huh?
That's what you said about this topic.
No. This is just on the way out, just to show it, so I can crack up and get flagged for it. But no, Viper is.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
right now.
Viper. Viper. Your thoughts to close us out, man, to get us out of here, man. About who's at fault? Is it Bungie or is it Sony?
I've got two sayings, and I probably might butcher one of them. The first one is, it's better to die a hero than live long enough to become the bad guy.
Hey.
I think that's the right saying.
I've heard something like that, but yeah, I don't know. You can have it.
Then the second one I'm gonna say is, and I know your father told every last one of you this: never, ever marry a hoe and make her a housewife. Okay?
Damn.
Because
Dr. Dre told me that too.
And the saying is, dude, is you either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain.
Right.
Yeah,
that's it. Okay, no, I definitely heard that one.
I knew I was gonna butcher something, but the fact is that Bungie, when they were with Microsoft, they got spoiled. They had limitless amount of money, and the fact is they had so much freedom with Microsoft, but yet they felt they were being stifled. The creativity was not going anywhere. So they said they want out of their contract. They want to buy themselves out. They want to go independent. Microsoft said, sure, but we get to keep Halo. Bungie decides, fine, we're going to go off. We're going to make our game Destiny. Activision is going to help us publish this thing. We're going to be with Activision for a bit. That thing worked out for a little bit. They were getting the bag from Sony to do, strikes first on the PlayStation for a year exclusive and all that stuff. And you know what? It was working out for them for a while until the Xbox community was getting pissed off. Then, of course, after Destiny 2, they weren't doing well enough. And Activision was saying, hey, you got to monetize. Bungie didn't want to do it. So they decided to leave. And they want to get out of their contract. And Activision was like, you know what? Fine. You can get out of your contract. That's fine. So after that, the monetization went up like exponentially because you remember the Eververse was there, and boom, monetization, monetization, monetization. Then, of course, after they become independent, they still needed some money. They were trying to talk with Microsoft again, but Microsoft was like, "Nah, we don't want that." They went to Sony. Sony was like, "Sure, we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and purchase it and give you funding, but just know if you don't make your quota, we get to own you completely. You're not independent anymore." Bungie does not know how to meet their quotas. After they left Microsoft, they could never meet their quotas. That's the reason why Activision kept on pushing for them to monetize their stuff, because they didn't want to monetize. They didn't want to push forward into the future to make money. And now that they are fallen by the wayside, they only put themselves into this. They're falling by the wayside. They're gonna get taken over completely, and then they're not going to, have their independence like they've wanted. So King Dave said it well. Bungie's for the streets, but you can't put a ring on that finger when you for the streets.
Nope.
You cannot. So it's either you want your independence or you want somebody to own you so you can get that money. Which is it gonna be? Because you can't make the money on your own.
Well, I think they already answered their own question.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. They're locked. They're locked.
Exactly. So
Sony ain't letting them go now.
That's right. Now it is till death do us part. And and no matter how you want to play it, if you want to try to be the abusive spouse, or if you want to try to kill your spouse, we know what's going to happen. Bungie is going down, and Sony's going to take control, because obviously that the Bungie board of directors will be dissolved. Sony's going to take control, and they're going to relegate Bungie to do all of the multiplayer stuff that they need done for every single game that's out there. And then, of course, the developers will start to leave in droves. And then, of course, just like Psygnosis, yes, they're going to dissolve the studio, and it will no longer be they'll no longer be making any games like Destiny or Marathon or even Oni, because Oni was one of the names of the games that I forgot to tell you guys about. So yeah, the fact is Bungie's going to be dead, and it's going to be over.
I don't know if they'll be dead, but they will be. Yeah, they'll be a shell of themselves.
I love that analogy though that you
Yeah.
just got done using about, you're with Microsoft and you had all of this. And I mean, just think about it from just a regular person living in the world, right?
Yeah.
You really take advantage of being in that mansion growing up all your life, right? You get you don't get kicked out, you beg to leave the mansion. And now you trying to figure out how to pay rent.
Exactly. You got emancipated from your parents.
You did that by choice. Nope, they didn't kick you to the curb. You left on your own volition. And it's interesting how one leaves and then they ask to come back.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Nope. It is a crazy situation.
I mean, if we're talking a little bit of history, Obsidian was super salty when they got their game canceled by Microsoft.
Yeah.
They were mad salty about that. But they knew that when Microsoft called back, that it'd be silly to say no, because they know what that could possibly mean. And seeing that Microsoft was like, hey, we don't want to just use you, we want to buy you. They're like, oh, Just like Mike Ybarra. Deep breath. Exhale.
Yep. Nope. That's an actual fact. All right. Great stuff. And that just to show, like, for the last, we was talking about the VGAs. I've been showing content, and we're still showing content. This game does look pretty dope here. Windblown. This looks really fun. I'm hyped about it. I mean, there was just so much stuff that they were showing. Like, I forgot about the Thrasher game that was made from Thumper. I don't know how many of you guys got the Thumper game or whatever. I got that game really good. Anyway, so as promised, we're gonna wrap that up, but I'm gonna go to this. We're gonna end on this one. You know what? I don't know what's happening here, so I'm just gonna leave this here. Don't know what the hell is going on at Twitch, but it seems like there's a new trend meta. And Dark, you said this might be a gentle lady. I have no idea. Looks like a woman, just kind of buff, but could be. I don't know. You can't tell these things. But regardless,
What are we doing now?
I don't know. But this is what's crazy to me. This is what the new sensation that's going on right now. These people are going crazy, and since they're trying to find new ways to seduce Twitch gamers or watchers or whatever, so like they can't do the hot tub thing, they can't do the SMR thing or the AMR thing, whatever that thing is called, where they whisper and talk dirty and stuff and do the slurping and all that. So now they're doing this. Women are going out here and lathering themselves up with oil and putting and making sure that they're not being seen fully, but then shaking themselves like they're I don't know. Any thoughts? So we get out of here, because this is wild. What's going on here? Any thoughts? Like, yeah.
That's not a woman.
That's not a woman?
That's not a woman.
Is that not a woman? Maybe
No.
not. I don't know. Okay.
I've got no comment about whether that's a woman or not.
I don't got no comment about that either.
What I
But
am
this is the
gonna
new
say,
sensation.
what I am gonna say is that we're worried about GTA.
Right. Like, that was my whole point of showing this. Is like, people talk about GTA.
That is a good point, Ham.
This is free.
I'm glad.
This is free.
I'm glad, because that's where I was trying to go.
I can
Yeah,
download this
it's
on my
turning-
Xbox.
I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are over here turning the directions about GTA and about video games and all this stuff, while this is free. You can go in there and then, I don't know, man. Fight Night Sundays gonna have a hard damn time to try to compete against stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So when we come back,
Fight Night Sundays is fight.
Well, at least
yeah,
you're
Fight
an
Night
actual
cooked, because we can't. Fight Night Sunday can't compete with that. You know what I'm saying? Forget about what gender. If you know what I'm saying, I don't care about that. Like, they got enough
Well,
to jingle.
Mega, all you got to do is just take off your shirt and show your man boobs. That's all you need to do.
They're not gonna listen, regardless of whatever that's going on this picture. I don't have anything, because they look like real female things. And
That's
listen,
not a real woman. Sorry. That's not.
I mean, if that's a woman that's listen, I'm not even going there. That's a woman enough. That's woman enough. So listen, that's got, look at all them views and shit. Like, yeah, it's crazy. So regardless, that's a great point. So Dark Optimist, do you have anything you want to say on this, Sir X-Man? Do y'all have anything y'all got to say on this before we get out of here?
No.
Already showed out last.
Just no.
Sir X-Man.
Just
Okay.
stop.
All right. Well, this is how we
Just
get out of
stop
here.
with this. Just
Think
stop
about-
with this damn
Dance off, everybody.
silliness.
This is just what's happening on here. I got nothing to do with this. I just was like, this is wild. Like,
Listen,
this is a new trend.
K Mega, this is your doing, sir. This is your podcast.
On the news.
I
This is
can't.
the
We can't
news.
even understand you because you getting hyped up, man.
I'm not hyped up. I'm just laughing at this because this is wild. This is what Fight Night Sunday's got to compete against when I come back.
It's like this used to be for video games, for people to play video games and have fun and do all that stuff.
Video game,
and it's not.
That's not.
And
a
it's
video
not
game.
anymore. Now it's just what do they used to call them? Skin flick of OnlyFans, like a skin flick of OnlyFans. This is literally what it is.
That's all this has turned into now. Well, it's been a pleasure, guys. Okay. Well,
I don't know why you had to bring the spirits down like that.
You know, Darth Kermit said it looks manly, really manly.
Who said that?
Darth Kermit, it looks manly.
Oh, did he? Did he say that? Look, I seen the arms, but like, I mean, I don't know.
I was the one that said it. I was all like, I don't think she or he is.
I don't know. So
a female, but
let's show this instead. Then on the way out here.
Let's just get out of here.
We're getting out of here. There we go. There we go. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Everybody have a good one. Happy holidays. We will be back next week. It won't be GRG, but it might be GRG. I don't know. But we'll be back next Friday, so we can do our game of the year, our review of 2023, what I thought, games and stuff like that. Yeah. What, look, that monkey is not playing. That monkey wants some problems. That monkey says, oh, anyway, he's not playing. Anyway, everybody have a good one. Forget about the pants off, dance off, I guess, for what I showed. Let's just get the hell out of here. Dark Optimus, where can they find you at, man?
And that was messy.
What'd you say?
That was messy, K-Mega. That was messy.
Hey. Tell everybody where they can find you at, Dark Artemis. Where can they find you at?
Oh, dude, I can't hear you, man. Your mic is all messed up, bro.
Oh, is it messed up now? Okay.
Yeah. You guys can find me on Twitter at Dark Artemis. You can also PlayStation at the same name. You guys can find me here every Friday on the podcast with these wonderful fellas. And as always, K-Mega is a blast podcasting with you, brother.
All right, nice. All right, Ham Solo, where can they find you at, brother?
So I put the link in there twice.
Okay.
In the chat. So I see you, Darth Kermit and Xbox Junkie and some of you other people, future generations. Y'all go ahead and hit that link, hit the subscribe button on Monday. Me and K-Mega will be doing the crossover podcast over on my channel. We'll be talking about probably some of the stuff that we didn't get actually to today. And we'll actually be able to go a little in depth on some stuff because I'm sure some more stuff is going to come out throughout the weekend and then all the way because our show isn't until 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern. So I'm sure we'll have a little extra sauce to bring you guys on Monday. So make sure you guys come through, hit the link in the chat right there. TSWS Gaming, that's me. That's my channel. And K-Mega will be there on Monday. And I do various shows throughout the week as well on that channel.
All right. Sir X-Man, where can they find you at? And I showed Outlast twice.
You did?
Yeah. But it got too. No, I'm sorry. I showed it once, but it
Sir X-Man, you did?
I did show it, but it got too graphic, and so I had to cut it off because it was just like showing all types of stuff. So anyway, but I'm probably going to get hit across the head anyway for showing that woman at the end. So
you got scared, dude. You got scared.
I didn't get scared.
Yes, you did.
Maybe a tiny bit.
But now, hopefully, everything be right. I have my PC up and running next, everything set up, so I can join you guys properly. Other than that, thank you for letting me in with this crappy way I'm on right now.
All right, man. Oh, I thought you was done. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was your last point?
I said, everyone have a good time and a good weekend.
All right. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you coming through.
A good weekend.
What'd you say?
Never mind.
Okay.
Man, sound like he falling through a sewer hole.
Oh, dang.
That man's out of there. And last but not least, man, a Viper. Where can they find you at, brother, man? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could translate what our man Sir X Man where he was located at, because since you will be his wiper in the future.
No. No. Anyway, no, what he was trying to say was, you guys have a good weekend. That's what he was trying to say. And basically, you could catch me on Xbox, RG Viper X. Same on Steam, RG Viper X, and Twitter as well. So, yeah, that'll be that. And I should be taking my test sometime next week.
Oh, so I thought you took your test. So you taking another one?
Oh no, well, this is to get the certificate next week.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck on that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? I know we was clowning you earlier in the beginning of the show, but man, we do commend you for doing the hard work that you do. So, you know what I'm saying? Really honestly. So, you know what I'm saying? But Ham Solo was the one that gave you the name. Viper the Wiper. That will go down it.
No, actually, the fact that Sean786, he can't say the V's, so he'll always say it as W's. So he says it's Venomous Wiper.
Oh, damn. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But shout out to Sean, too, as well. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming through. We went about 45 minutes, 35 minutes after what we wanted to, but regardless, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. Next week will definitely be the last GRG show of the year. So hope you guys come through and hang out with us. We will bring a guest or two on here. So, man, we'll have a good time getting out of here for the year. Other than that, man, enjoy yourselves. Have a great Friday night, great weekend. Really appreciate you guys coming and checking out the content and all that, man. See you guys next time. Everybody have a good one. Peace. Let me hit the button.
Hey, thanks for checking the GRG podcast. All your gaming news and our special topic of the week. Make sure to join us every Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. This was the GRG podcast.